of alleged sexual abuse by their father.
Fox's Christian Goodwin, the California governor who could grant clemency, is awaiting a parole board review on public safety risk. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Where the storms hit hardest. A slight chance of snow is possible this afternoon, but the only precipitation showing up right now is in southern Indiana. I'm Chris Davis. Here's what's trending at 3:02. Last night, though, it was a different story.
We had straight line winds, what they called in 2017, and we lost a couple of our barns with some damage to the house. This, of course, we can't see everything, but it looks way worse.
That's one woman from Bartholomew County talking to Wish TV. One tornado has been confirmed in the state so far. The Chicago Weather Service office says an EF1 twister with winds of 86 to 110 miles per hour hit parts of Gary. Some damage also reported in Cass County and the Logansport area. Other areas affected include Putnam, Carroll, and Switzerland counties. The Indiana National Guard is going to the southern border, and you are helping pay for it. The cost this time around is expected to be about $9 million. It's the second time Indiana has sent guardsmen and women there to help Texas with their mission to guard the border and stop illegal border crossings. 250 bobcats can be trapped and killed in 40 counties in southern Indiana beginning November 8th, says the State Natural Resources Commission. Bobcats used to be an endangered species in Indiana, but now the season that's been established allows for trapping using a specialized kind of trap and a bag limit of one per licensed hunter. One surefire way to get yourself caught is to do something in a very public way. Evansville police say they've arrested someone when that person ran into First Avenue Presbyterian Church with their vehicle about 11:30 this morning. Police have not explained yet what the charges are or will be. You've got traffic and weather coming up.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Being young with unlimited energy to burn. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
All guys lose their edge when they turn 40. The body has less testosterone. That's why I take Nugenix Total T.
I've heard about Nugenix. That really works?
Since I started taking Nugenix, I'm lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. I feel more energized at work. It's even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try?
Yep, send a text. It's that easy.
Text ENERGY to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text ENRGY to 42424. That's ENERGY to 42424.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Traffic on 93 WIBC. Here's Matt Bear.
Yeah, Chris, looking at southbound 6570 downtown. Crash at Washington Street, blocking the left lane. Stop it is back to North Split for a 9-minute delay. Eastbound 70 slow into downtown. From West Street into the South Split and on the northeast side, eastbound 465 slow from Keystone Avenue over to I-69. Traffic sponsored by Cracker Barrel. Big cravings call for Cracker Barrel's new Big Country Skillets. Choose your entree plus 2 sides and a drink starting at $9.99. New Big Country Skillets now at Cracker Barrel. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Now your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Cloudy and blustery today. We are going to look for temperatures to stay in the upper 30s near 40 degrees. And tonight will fall to 27 under a partly cloudy sky. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
I'm Chris Davis, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there. I don't like starting segments out like this, Hammer, with ugly stories, but it's important that we get the word out that these people are out there. They are amongst us, and they are the ones that we trust with our kids. It's this story out of Martinsville about the substitute teacher accused of having intercourse with teenage students, and I'm not talking like 19-year-old students. I'm talking like 13 years old and stuff like that. Really messed up. before we get into this, just be aware there's some ugly details. I don't like starting off segments like this, I said, but it's important that people know what's going on.
Sometimes when there's a story and you hear us go, there's a lot going on here, there may or may not be a lot going on, like when you really sit back and think about it. But with this story, believe me when I tell you, there's a lot going on here. And again, this probably not suitable for young ears, but you guys need to know what's going on. 31-year-old Brittany Fortenberry. She's an Indiana substitute teacher down in Martinsville. She's married, previously charged with 3 counts of sexual misconduct with a minor, as well as counts of dissemination of basically pornography to minors and the delinquency of a minor. She got busted about a month or so ago having relationships with students, okay? So that was the first step.
Jeez.
The first step.
Yeah.
Now, there are even more charges. And this is where the a lot going on comes in. Fortenberry is facing 10 additional counts now because more children have stepped up. 10 additional counts of child molestation, 8 counts of dissemination, 5 counts of contributing, 1 count of sexual misconduct.
Yeah, rape. I mean, look. It is what it is. Up to 10 underage boys.
It involves drugs, gangbangs, school pictures, a violent husband, and masks from the movie Scream.
I saw that. Yeah.
So this is the report that Fox 59 had. I believe the reporter is Max Lewis. He's going to break down what's going on here. And just when you think he's done, he keeps adding more and more ridiculousness.
A high school student told police Fortenberry had sexual relations with him and at least 5, maybe 10 other students. One of them came forward and in new charging documents filed this week told investigators Fortenberry gave the boy shrooms that made him feel funny, saying she would wait about an hour before grabbing their arms and sexually touching herself with them. The 14-year-old victim went on to tell investigators that Brittany made him watch while she had sex with his friends and that she would pleasure herself using his school pictures. The boy also at Fortenberry's home, where Fortenberry made them wear masks from the horror film Scream, and they proceeded to take turns having sex with her for the next 2 hours. Fortenberry was also facing charges after police say she sent sexual videos to students at Eminence High School. Her husband also charged with intimidation and failing to make a report. The mother of one victim told police Nicholas Fortenberry knew about things and threatened to slaughter the victim in front of her if he came forward and reported the abuse.
So we're dealing with drugs, we're dealing with Scream masks, gangbangs, school pictures, a violent husband who knew what was going on and was threatening to gut the kids. Good Lord.
And this was supposed to be someone that you were going to trust. You should trust your kids with this person, this substitute teacher. And it just goes to show as well that it's not always the men that you have to watch out for. Hammer. I remember doing an interview, and I can't recall off the top of my head who it was. They wrote a book about one of the most dangerous sexual predators in America ever, and it was a woman. It's still incarcerated to this day, and I'm thinking of it off the top of my head, and I can't remember the name of it, but and I asked this woman who wrote the book, I was like, usually you think of, dangerous predators as males. I would say that probably the percentage is higher, but not always. And this is something you have to look out for. And I would also look out for kids going over to teachers' houses. I'm not blaming anybody here, but there's no reason whatsoever in any way, shape, or form for young teenagers to be over at a teacher's house or a substitute teacher's house.
I bet the parents probably didn't know. Like, I know when I was in middle school, I walked to school, I walked to home.
Yeah.
My parents didn't know probably where I stopped at in between. It wasn't anything nefarious, but, at that age, I bet the parents probably had no idea. The kids probably lied and said, I got to stay after school, ended up going to the teacher's house. But my goodness.
Be careful.
The Scream masks?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. So that is what's going on down in Martinsville.
Here's one of the quotes from this story, and I'm reading this story. This has made international news off the Daily Mail. Quote, Fortenberry of Martinsville, Indiana, told police that she regrets the day she lost 150 pounds because if she was still heavier, she would not have run into any issues.
That is her excuse for shrooms, gangbangs, screen masks? She lost weight?
And she's a married mother of 4. Imagine what her children are going through right now. Can't imagine. No, but just be careful.
That's unbelievable.
Just we have to talk about this stuff sometimes, and we have to get it out there. I hate starting segments off like this, but it's real, and just be aware of what your kids are doing, where they're going, all times.
Last night, some damage reported in a few counties around Indiana. Now, I know for the most part, Marion County, Central Indy, depending on really where you lived, you either got very light storms, if there's such a thing, light storms, or you didn't really get anything at all. On my side of town, southwest side, we didn't really get anything, just a few wind gusts, but it didn't even really rain where I was at. Now, if you live by Columbus, down there by our friends Thompson Furniture and Mattress, or some of these other areas.
Yeah, a lot of damage.
Greenfield area, you saw some action. 2 spotted tornadoes were located near the Terre Haute Airport in Vigo County and eastern Bartholomew County into western Decatur County. Damage reported over State Road 9, which is southeast of Columbus. I think there are still some people that are without power. Not as many, obviously, as it was last night, but you had strong winds ripping off part of the roof of the Franklin Skate Club on US 31 down in Johnson County. So depending on where you lived last night, man, it was an interesting evening. Well, tornado warnings were blowing up left and right.
And there were kids in that building. I mean, there were civilians in that building when that happened. So I'm glad nobody seriously injured there.
If you need a reason to have a beverage or two tonight, Nige, I've got 2 of them. 2 reasons for you. Number 1, March Madness. Duh. March Madness, today is the real first day of the tournament. Don't give me this play-in round crap. Today is the first real day. Purdue has punched their ticket. They've won already.
I know you don't care about Purdue. You just care about the you covered.
Right? Oh, when I need them to win by 7 or more, I'm the biggest Boilermaker fan you're going to find. BTFU when I've got them to lay 7.5, and they did.
Nice.
So Purdue won, Purdue covered. They're moving on to the next round. But to get you in the mood, one more time, here are all the teams in March Madness.
One more time.
In a 40-second song from Hammer and Nigel Records.
Crimson Tide, Red Flash, Red Storm, Red Raiders, Commodores, Colonials, Rebels, Boilermakers, Cowboys, 2 Aggies, Longhorns, and Bison, Spartans twice, Trojans, Aztecs, Illini, the Tritons, 6 Bulldogs, Huskies, Harriers, Hornets, Wolverines, Ducks, Terps, Badgers, couple of Rams, Gators, and Lobos. Oh my God, still 33 to go. Panthers, 4 Tigers, a pair of Wildcats, 3 Cougars, Sooners, Gales, Mavericks, Flames, Razorbacks, Blue Devils, Blue Jays, Cardinals, Musketeers, Seahawks, Jayhawks, Volunteers, Mountaineers, Bears, Bruins, Grizzlies, Tar Heels, Cyclones, Eagles, and Golden Eagles. Every team from the Lopes to the Zips, write them down, fill out your brackets. It's March Madness.
So that is one reason. And how about this? It might not feel like it at times, but today is the first official day of spring. Okay? I know we've had warmer days, but today is the first official day of spring, Nige. And here to get you in the mood, celebrating spring break, is the First Lady of WIBC, the lovely Terry Stacy.
Yes, sir! Hammer and Nigel present Spring Break Memories with Terry Stacy.
Back in 1986, I went on spring break in beautiful Miami, and I actually made out with Don Johnson from Miami Vice.
Cool.
Okay, it wasn't actually Don Johnson. It was Don from Don's Guns.
Spring Break Memories with Terry Stacy.
Well, that's quite a difference.
I don't want to make any money. I just love to sell them.
I just love to make out with Terry Stacy. All right, Matt Bear, how are the roads?
Southbound 6570 downtown, crash at Washington, blocking the left lane, and we're jammed up into the north split back to 21st Street and backed up a little bit on westbound 70, not quite to rural. Eastbound 70 stop and go from Harding into the south split. Northeast side, eastbound 465 slow from Keystone Avenue over to I-69, and inbound 69 stop and go from 96th Street down to 465. That's a delay of 5 minutes. Traffic sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
38 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center here at 93 WIBC. Again, the madness is underway, and that includes Hammer and Nigel Record Madness.
Oh, boy.
Coming up at 4:35, we begin round 2. The Elite 8 begins at 4:35, so stick around for that. We got Rob Kendall off the rails. We're going to have a show. We're going to have a good time today. Stick around, have some laughs, and hang out with us.
Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How retailers become seamlessly restocking, cyber-securing, must-visit shops. And how healthcare offices become the data managing caregivers that we all depend on. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solutions, and Wi-Fi backup, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business. Powering possibilities.
Now through May 4th, new customers can get started with 300 megabit internet and Security Edge for $69 a month for 24 months. And ask how to get free installation on qualifying bundles. Plus, find out how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Requires enrollment in paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account. Equipment, taxes, and other fees extra. After 24 months, regular rates apply.
For over 20 years, Howard Bailey Financial has been helping families just like yours gain clarity, confidence, and purpose with personal and practical financial strategies. And now, we're offering our full suite of services on Rangeline Road, right in the heart of Carmel, making it even easier to meet with our experienced team face-to-face. Whether you're planning for retirement, navigating life transitions, or just need guidance for your financial future, we're here to walk with you every step of the way. Text CARMEL to 888-262-1104 to download a free retirement resource. Howard Bailey Financial, helping you turn hope into a plan and dreams into reality. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
For the deal that can't be beat, you got to get over to Andy Moore Ford. Start the spring strong with a new Andy Moore Ford. You can elevate that journey of yours with a new 2024 Ford Expedition Platinum. You could save over $15,000 off MSRP. The high-output 3.5-liter EcoBoost, up to 400 horsepower, commanding performance. I'm driving one. It's fantastic. And if you need something just a little smaller but could still do all the hauling, the new 2024 Ford Edge SE. Save over $6,500 off MSRP and get more to your door. Simply purchase your vehicle online and they'll deliver directly to you. Andy Moore Ford has got the entire selection. And if you're looking to sell or trade your current vehicle, Andy Moore Ford will pay top dollar for your used vehicle, even if you don't buy theirs. Andy Moore Ford in Plainfield, 2713 East Main Street in Plainfield, or online at Andy Moore Ford. That's MOHR. I love Andy. AndyMooreFord.com.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Americans love using their credit cards, the most secure and hassle-free way to pay. But D.C. politicians want to change that with the Durbin-Marshall credit card bill. This bill lets corporate megastores pick how your credit card is processed, allowing them to use untested payment networks that jeopardize your data security and rewards. Corporate megastores will make more money, and you pay the price. Tell Congress to guard your card, because Americans lose when politicians choose. Learn more at guardyourcard.com. Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Oh, man, points of personal privilege. Real quick, Hammer, wanted to say congratulations to the Converse All-Stars, baby. The Converse All-Stars, part of the Boone County Boys and Girls Club Basketball League.
Let's
go.
go.
They had the tournament last night. The All-Stars, my son Connor was on the team. They were undefeated in the regular season, ran the table in the postseason.
They're like the 76 Hoosiers of that league.
Right.
Undefeated, champions, cut down the nets.
Yes, and so Boys and Girls Club Basketball Tournament, Boone County style. And they ran the table in the postseason. They are undefeated. There are some ballers on that team, man. And so thanks to Coach Drew, my neighbor Drew, like a bit like you would think of it. You'd look at Drew and see that he is just a beast. I put him on Facebook before, me and him. Well, we did like we did a chug a beer challenge, but that's neither here nor there. That's not something he wants to be associated with.
He looks like somebody that would be in the Royal Rumble.
He taught me how to shotgun a beer. Let's put it that way. A couple of years ago, but he was so good with these kids, along with Coach Richard and the Boys and Girls Club athletic director Ty Simmons. Incredible. They do just an awesome job over there at. We did all the games in the tournament at the Whitestown Boys and Girls Club. So Team Converse, man. Converse All-Stars. Got the hard work, got the rings. There's like 14 or 15 teams undefeated, and proud of those guys, proud of the coaches, proud of the kids, proud of my son Connor. So, yeah, way to go, Converse. Team Converse, baby.
After the win, did they go over to the other team's sideline and plant their flag and stomp on their logo?
No. But the Coach Drew was compensated duly for his contribution. Really good with the kids, and there may have been afterwards a dirty 30 pack of Busch Light may have been involved as compensation for the win.
Well, good,
but it shouldn't. Talking about the Boys and Girls Club shouldn't do that parking lot. But we just waited. we waited until we got to his house, basically. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, is it like that scene like sometimes you see in a locker room where the coach walks in, then everybody pours water on his head, except for in your case, it was a dirty 30, a Busch latte?
No, it was not. It was nothing like that whatsoever. But, man, those guys, incredible job, and incredible job to everybody and all the teams out there. And the Converse, the team name, by the way, all the teams there that were part of that league this round were all names of brands of basketball shoes.
Good.
So there were the Converse team.
Big dub.
I couldn't even name another brand of shoe.
There's Converse, there's Nike, there's Adidas.
Well, I know,
Reebok.
but then they were getting specific too with like the specific brands within Reebok.
I love when Allison just starts cracking up laughing.
Like, I don't know if there was a team Nike or not. We were like the Converse All-Stars, right? So,
right.
Was there a team Yeezy? Did they sell those?
People were picketing outside their locker room, I believe, actually. So I don't know. Quick question here for everybody. If you've got a few extra dollars, would you like to join me in O.J. Simpson's estate auction? Because it's happening this weekend and right now.
I'm not raising my hand.
O.J. Simpson's estate is selling off a lot of the stuff that was in his house.
Where's that going to? Where's that money going?
Well, it should be going to the Goldmans.
Yeah.
But I got a funny feeling it's going to go to somebody either in the legal team or the family. You could own OJ's replica of the 1968 Heisman Trophy. It's up for bid. $12,000 is the high bid right now. Yeah. How about this? O.J. Simpson's personally owned flask and knife. Flask and knife. You could own OJ's knife for $426.
I don't want to own anything that OJ's ever touched or been a part of.
Like, if you're superstitious, do you feel like that would bring bad mojo into the house if you have OJ's knife, if you've paid money for it?
This isn't the knife that did the slicing, was it?
I don't know. I wasn't there, but we can't rule it out. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. I'm sure it's probably in evidence somewhere, but maybe that wasn't OJ's only slicing and dicing. Who knows? How about this one?
No, thanks.
You're a golf guy, Nige.
Yeah.
OJ's personally owned golf club set. It's going for $450, top bid right now. And I believe the top bid is writer Joe Kinsey of Outkick. A guy from Outkick was like, yeah, I just couldn't bring myself to bid on the knife, but I'll bid on the golf clubs. They're top notch.
If I had the money, I'd bid on the golf clubs. Then I'd put it on social media, drag it outside in the back of my yard, and put a bunch of lighter fluid on it and burn it. Yeah, just anything.
So that would be the equivalent of that guy that bought that piece of art that was just a banana duct taped to a white poster board.
Yeah.
He bought it for like $1 million something dollars.
More
and
than that.
Ate the banana. And that was it. Ripped it down and ate the banana. So if you want OJ's knife, OJ's Heisman, OJ's golf clubs, and more, the estate auction is happening right now.
Mark Dietel is the only real estate expert we trust to sell our home and to find us a new one. Katie and Chris in Perry Township. Well, their marriage was ending, and it's a sad deal, but they were ready to sell a house and move forward as soon as possible. Mark Dietel came in, made it happen fast and easy within 24 hours.
Mark Dietel guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. That is the Mark Dietel guarantee. That's what separates Mark Dietel from everybody else, that guarantee. And if that's not enough, you pick the move date. There are no long-term contracts, and you can cancel at any time. Call Mark Dietel today, 317-755-4232. That's 317-755-4232, or go to markdietel.com. Mark, D-I-E-T-E-L, markdietel.com.
It's tax time, and tax time is your time to buy a new Nissan and get double your tax refund or down payment only at Andy Moore Nissan of Indianapolis. For a limited time, when you buy any new Nissan, Andy Moore Nissan will double your tax refund or down payment up to $5,000. That means your $1,000 becomes $2,000. Your $2,000 becomes $4,000. Your $4,000 becomes $8,000. This month only, Andy Moore Nissan will double your down payment up to $10,000. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. Good credit, bad credit, even no credit. Our credit experts will get you approved with the best terms, with as little as $0 down on any new Nissan in stock. Andy Moore Nissan is making deals other dealers won't and approving deals other dealers can't. Andy Moore Nissan, 4302 Lafayette Road, Indianapolis, Indiana.
Hey, this is Spencer Thompson at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. Are you wanting comfort at half the price? Now's the time, because Lazy Boy and Smith Brothers are 50% off with extra discounts for cash. Thinking about getting outside soon? Berlin Gardens and Pollywood Outdoor Furniture are up to 20% off during the early season sale. Hurry in to Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. Sale ends Monday with free delivery.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
He's on his way home. Nothing on radar in central Indiana. You have a chance of seeing some snow this afternoon, slight as that may be. Upper 30s right now. I'm Chris Davis. Here's what's trending. An American who is being held hostage in Afghanistan is headed home.
A visit to Kabul from President Trump's special hostage envoy, who'd brokered the deal along with Taliban and Qatari officials to release 65-year-old George Glesman, the airline mechanic who was kidnapped while visiting Afghanistan as a tourist in December of 2022. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, in a statement thanking Qatari officials, calling the release a positive and constructive step, adding, though, it's also a reminder other Americans are still detained in Afghanistan. Lillian Wu, Fox News.
Storm damage from what may have been tornadoes reported in Bartholomew County and one confirmed tornado in Lake County. The Weather Service in Chicago says an EF1 touched down in Gary last night. The feds are now looking into the Tesla attacks. Fox's Alicia Acuna reports.
For the last 2 months, and ever since Tesla CEO Elon Musk began working with DOGE, law enforcement has been responding to scenes similar to this attack at a Las Vegas Tesla dealership and service center. The FBI is investigating as incidents have spread to multiple Tesla storefronts and charging stations in at least 11 states. Police in nearby Lakewood, Colorado, are looking for the person who cut all the cords at a Tesla charging station. A handful of arrests have been made around the country, but so far, the FBI has not said if they are connected.
Gas in Indiana goes up 8 cents in one day. Gas Buddy now reporting the state average is $3.16 per gallon. You may be wary of the tariffs, or not. President Trump is getting some mixed reviews, reports Alexandria Hoff.
9 out of 10 Republicans approve of the president's performance so far. That same number of Democrats on the other side, they disapprove. But voters are sharing concerns with the economy and inflation, and tariffs in particular creating some uncertainty. The number of people who believe the action will help the U.S. economy has fallen since January. 69% of registered voters believe tariffs on imports will make products more expensive. Voters were asked about their feelings on Elon Musk's work with DOGE. 58% disapproved. That included 20% of Republicans and 93% of Democrats. The president earned some high marks among key groups, those being women, black voters, and voters under 30.
You've got traffic and weather in 1 minute.
Hi, I'm Charlie Comer from Comer & Cross Premium Garage Floor Coatings. When your garage floor has stains, cracks, and pits, it makes your whole garage look bad. And a bad epoxy job looks even worse. Look, spring will be here on March 20th. For your best price of the year on your new garage floor, basement, or patio and installation this spring, please call me now at 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. Guaranteed, a Comer & Cross concrete floor coating won't chip, crack, or show tire lift like epoxy or paint ever. In one day, we make it so easy. We move your stuff out for you. We fix the cracks and pits perfectly. And apply your gleaming new Comer & Cross concrete floor in 6 stages, just in time for spring. For your best price of the year on your new garage floor, basement, or patio and installation by spring, please call me now at 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. That's 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. Or go to comercross.com.
Okay, problems on southbound 65 as 70 crash at Washington Street, blocking the left lane and traffic stopped back into the north split. Also backing up westbound 72 rural. Inbound 65 stop and go traffic 29th at 2 Meridian Penn. Also a stall in the middle of that, blocking the left lane. Eastbound S70 loaded up and a 6-minute delay from Belmont into the south split. Eastbound 465 on the north side slows Keystone Avenue over to I-69. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Now your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Unfortunately, this Thursday evening, it looks like we'll still have healthy winds out of the northwest and skies starting to clear out overnight, which will likely lead us to chilly conditions Friday morning. Low temperatures currently looking to be about 28 here in Indy. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Rumor Sutis for 93 WIBC.
I'm Chris Davis, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Well, Hammer, I guess this kind of thing is still going on because Donald Trump and his administration paused $175 million to the University of Pennsylvania for still allowing men to compete in women's sports. And, I thought this was over. I mean,
Penn was kind of ground zero for that, right? With Leah Thomas.
Leah Thomas and the swimmers. And I kind of thought we were over the hill with this. And yet now we're Trump administration saying, nah, this is still going on, $175 million. We'll just go ahead and hit pause on that until you get your crap together over there.
Good. This is what people voted for.
I don't have a problem with trans people. I don't have a problem with any of it unless you are a man in a woman's locker room claiming to be a woman.
Or competing against a woman.
Competing against. That's it. It's real simple.
That's it.
It's so simple.
No one is saying you don't have the right to exist or you don't have the right to be or you can't be happy. Nobody's saying that. But listen, for a group that always used to preach trust the science, dude DNA is different than chick DNA.
Yeah.
And listen, it's not the law that these universities have to get this government funding. It's not the law at all. So Donald Trump's simply saying, get your act together and maybe we'll start giving it to you again.
But these universities, many of them, and it's not just men and women's sports, it's anti-Semitism and some of those protesters and things like that and the violence on campus. Get your crap together and you'll get your money. And they have. Columbia being one of them.
And most of America agrees with this. Even folks who don't vote Republican, don't necessarily like Donald Trump, there's a lot of Democrats that can say, yeah, you're probably right. Dudes shouldn't be competing against chicks. Like, you're probably right on that, but I hate you for everything else. It seems like it's one thing that the lunatic fringe of that left wing of the party just won't let go. They're too stupid to understand this is how you lost every single swing state and the popular vote. Not that that matters. I'm not going to sit here and, crap snowballs of the popular vote because that's not how we pick the president. But it is kind of odd that a Republican won it. I mean, it's designed to be won by the Democrats. You get California, you get New York. You get market 1, you get market 2 in terms of population in this country. But you lost the popular vote. You lost every swing state because you can't let go of ridiculousness like this.
You remember when the Democrats just wanted to get rid of the electoral vote?
Oh, yeah.
Just go popular vote.
Oh, Pete Buttigieg was a big part of that. Pothole Pete.
Wonder what they think of that now. And again, the popular vote he didn't win by a huge margin, but he still won the popular vote.
So, speaking of the Democrats here, remember in his final days of office when Joe Biden, or the people pretending to be Joe Biden, pardoned and commuted the sentence of a lot of these inmates? Remember that? Like last couple of days.
I remember it. Joe Biden doesn't remember it. But yeah, please go on.
One of those folks that had his sentence commuted was a cat by the name of Willie Frank Peterson, 52 years old. He was convicted of conspiracy to distribute cocaine, was sentenced to 6 years and 3 months in jail. Began his sentence in September of 2023. Biden gave him a free pass, bada bing, bada boom, he's out on the streets. We were told all of these people just need second chances. Here's the update from Alabama. 52-year-old Frank Peterson was booked back into jail for multiple drug-related offenses in Dothan, Alabama.
Oh, what do you know?
He's been charged with 2 counts of unlawful possession of a controlled substance and three firearms-related offenses.
Well, you go back to doing what you know, what you're good at.
I mean, if you're Frank, whatever it is, Willie Frank Peterson, you're probably thinking to yourself, oh, is this how it works? I get to go in and they let me out again? Is this the system? I got news for you, Willie. There's a whole new ball game out there right now.
Yeah, plus Trump is saying, most of these pardons aren't even legitimate anyway because there was like an auto pen used.
Right.
Like we sign for our paychecks once or twice a month. We're like, do you do the auto pen? Like, wait a minute, these aren't even legitimate.
Why does that look like Barack Obama's signature? That's weird. I've got an ICE update for you, Nige. Dateline, Florida. Now, this kind of surprises me. Now, I get not every community in Florida goes along with the DeSantis-like politics, but this surprised me. Dateline, Fort Myers. Their city council had a big meeting, and it basically came down to this. DeSantis said, if you want to continue getting state funds, you better start working with ICE agents when they ask for help. So they had this council meeting, and I'm going to play you some audio here in just a moment. 2 of the council members Darla and Diana. They teared up. They started crying. They're so scared of ICE. At one point, they held hands when they talked about how awful ICE is, and ICE is going to come into the community and just scare everybody.
Okay.
Thank you for what you said. Thank you for your comments. I cannot begin to imagine how difficult this is for you. The argument that we would risk federal or state funding if I don't sign up for this. It is a tumultuous day and age, and this is a day I hate sitting in the seat. But my city's not for sale.
Oh, God.
Mr. Mayor.
Councilmember Giraldo.
This notion that all immigrants have a motive and we are chased after is just something I just can't.
Huh? What happened there? What was I listening to? Were they were against the ICE?
They reluctantly have to agree to let ICE come into their community because they want their state funding. But according to Representative Diana Giraldo there, all ICE does is scare minorities. Come on.
Well.
Stop watching CNN for 5 minutes. Like when the violent Venezuelan gang members were loaded onto Con Air, how many people there did not deserve to be on that thing? These are the people they're going after. Stop watching Morning Joe. Stop reading the Huffington Post. ICE knows where the bad guys are. When they came to Indy, they knew where the bad guys were. We were tipped off to it. It's not like they're just looking for somebody that's got brown skin. Hey, pull that guy over. Check his papers. That's not what's going on here.
Happening.
No. The head of ICE, Tom Homan, he has responded to these individuals crying at the Fort Myers council. Would you like to hear it?
Yeah.
Crying, boy? You crying? Maybe we'll go back down to McDonald's and get you a Lamburger, some French fries. How about a Weineken?
It's Tom Homan.
You got me with that one. I thought we were going to actually a quote there.
Tom Homan actually
from the border czar. No, I did not know.
Sounds a little bit like Kid Rock and Joe Dirt. That's weird.
Really.
But this brings us to great moments in crying history. Okay, great moments in crying history. Nige, see if you can name this movie.
Are you crying?
No.
Are you crying? Are you crying? There's no crying. There's no crying in baseball.
Why don't you leave her alone, Jimmy?
Oh, you zip it, Doris. Rogers Hornsby was my manager, and he called me a talking pile of pig. And that was when my parents drove all the way down from Michigan to see me play the game. And did I cry? No. No. And you know why?
No.
Because there's no crying in baseball. There's no crying in baseball.
A League of Their Own.
League of Their Own. Yeah. There it is. Jimmy Dugan, great speech. Great moments in crying. This was a guy, a number of years ago, that tried to set the Guinness World Record for the longest cry. He fit right in the council in Florida. And last but not least, great moments in great moments in crying. Back when he had his first trip as the president, Donald Trump was ripping on the city of Baltimore because Elijah Cummings, who was alive at the time, was ripping Donald Trump for everything. Orange man bad, orange man bad. So Donald Trump simply talked about Baltimore and how awful it was, the district that Elijah represents. Well, that's when Victor Blackwell of CNN went on television. His feelings were hurt, and he could not believe that Donald Trump said those things about Baltimore.
The president says about Congressman Cummings' district that no human would want to live there. You know who did, Mr. President? I did. From the day I was brought home from the hospital
the music.
The day I left for college.
I may have added the
and
music.
A lot of people I care about still do. There are challenges, no doubt, but people are proud of their community. I don't want to sound self-righteous, but people get up and go to work there. They care for their families there. They love their children who pledge allegiance to the flag, just like people who live in districts of congressmen who support you, sir. They are Americans too. We'll be right back.
Lighten up, Francis. Listen, nobody rips on Indianapolis more than we do. We love it. I love it. I live here.
There's some problems here, though.
But there's some problems here. You have to acknowledge that. That's all we're saying. Oh, crying Victor. Great moments in crying history.
Just hearing the word IRS can make people break out in a cold sweat. No one wants to deal with the IRS, and now you don't have to. The good news is Legal Tax Defense has been successfully negotiating with the IRS for more than 15 years. It doesn't matter how much you owe, whether it's $5,000 or $5 million. You deserve the best in the business on your side, and that is Legal Tax Defense. Even if you're working with someone else and just want a second opinion, there is no cost or obligation to call. They can prevent levies, liens, wage garnishments, even file back tax returns. And the best news about Legal Tax Defense is they won't take your case unless they know they will reduce or eliminate your tax debt. Call Legal Tax Defense right now for a free no-risk consultation. 800-268-4420. 800-268-4420. You have nothing to lose but everything to gain. 800-268-4420.
It's dent season, the time of year Mother Nature decides to take out her aggression on your vehicle. Don't paint your car, go PDR with Kill a Dent Removal. PDR is paintless dent removal that saves your factory finish and is way less invasive than traditional body shop repairs. And it's faster too, sometimes same day. Google Kill a Dent Removal and check out the reviews and photos. Then schedule your repair. When Mother Nature throws a tantrum and messes up the look of your vehicle, don't paint your car, go PDR with Kill a Dent Removal.
Thousands of Hoosier veterans are struggling with homelessness, unemployment, and other urgent needs. With your help, Veteran Support Network provides housing, job training, food, and emergency assistance. And every dollar stays in Indiana. Veteran Support Network, in partnership with Dreisky Moving and Storage in Westfield, working together to support local veterans. Go to veteransupportnetwork.org to help with rent, utilities, auto repairs, home repairs, and more. Stand with Indiana veterans. Donate now at veteransupportnetwork.org.
The Pacers homestand continues with a Saturday showdown with the Nets.
Ahead to Toppin, and Toppin pounds it down.
Every game down the stretch has implications on the playoffs.
Turner drives it right hand, right down the middle, posterizing multiple New York defenders. He's on the line with a chance for a three-point play.
Catch the Eastern Conference matchup between the Pacers and the Nets in a rare 5 p.m. tip. Get your tickets at Pacers.com. Pacers-Nets, Saturday at 5.
Looking for a great deal on a new Lincoln? Come to Tom Roush Lincoln. Select 2024 Lincoln Navigators, now $15,000 off, and get 0% for 72 months. How about an all-new 2024 Lincoln Nautilus, now $6,000 off with rates starting at 4.9% for 60 months. We look forward to seeing you at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers.
Lincoln Navigator MSRP 104,825. Lincoln Nautilus MSRP 57,785. Offers good through March 31st, 2025. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for complete offer details.
What a day.
You're working too hard.
We're both working too hard, with even less to show for it.
What's this?
It's the bills for Tracy's procedure.
This is outrageous.
I know. And Mom just said her prescriptions went up again.
How can working people afford this?
These medical bills are crushing our finances, and these hospitals and insurance groups are making record profits.
You know, I read Indiana has the 9th highest healthcare costs in the nation, and prescription drug costs are out of control.
That's why I voted for Mike Braun. He has a plan to reform Indiana's broken healthcare system. Braun's plan calls for billing transparency, increased access, and lower costs for all Hoosiers.
I hear you. It's good to know help is on the way. Mike Braun's plan will offer real relief for our family budget.
Sign the petition for Braun's healthcare plan at HoosierHope.org. Join Mike Braun's fight for healthcare reform today. Paid for by HoosierHope.org.
Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or DrexelIN.com.
Never miss your favorite shows on WIBC. Get your content to go. Would you like fries with that? Tony Katz, Kendall and Casey, Hammer and Nigel, Tony Kennett, The Gun Guy, Home and Garden. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
Coming up a little bit later on, Rob Kendall scheduled to join us to go off the rails. Nigel, remind me to ask Rob when that Gabe Whitley dude's going to prison. Because I know his sentencing is coming up, and I feel like Rob knows the answer to that.
Yeah, okay. I'll try to remind you.
Okay.
I don't even want to talk about that idiot.
Because I want to go tailgate. I want to show up, maybe a beer dispensing baseball hat on, and watch that dude waddle off in handcuffs. Matt Bear, what's going on?
Inbound 65, a stall at West Street, and left lane partially blocked. Traffic stop and go back to MLK, a 13-minute delay. The crash did clear on southbound 6570 before Washington, still slow back to the north split. Eastbound 70 stop and go Belmont into the south split for an 8-minute delay in a crash 38th at Hawthorne Lane. That's going to be to the east of Emerson Avenue. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
38 right now at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. Again, NCAA tournament, the real day one happening right now. Purdue, a winner earlier today. Louisville got beat.
Ooh, sorry.
Creighton
Sorry about
knocks
your
out
bracket.
the Cards. The NCAA tournament is one of the most bet sporting events on the calendar. It's one of the majors, as I would call
What
it.
are we talking here?
It's $3.1 billion.
Whoa.
$3.1 billion expected to be wagered on individual game bets, bracket contests, 68 million Americans getting in on the action. And listen, even though I am a gambling degenerate, I host the Degenerates Next Door sports betting podcast with Rob Kendall.
Yes.
I want to make sure everybody is responsible, so we've got a little public service announcement.
Inflation, housing costs, employment uncertainty. These are difficult times, and that can only mean one thing. Betting on March Madness. Yeah! This is the one time a year where you can turn $20 into $2,000. Or completely destroy your savings on a last-second buzzer beater. Will you beat the Vegas odds? Probably not. But hey, there's always a chance. Good luck, and we'll see you at the homeless shelter. Or maybe on a yacht. Who knows? It's madness.
That's right. The madness is here.
What did you and Rob have a bet?
Yes. So we each filled out a bracket, okay? And each round is worth a number of different points, right? First round's worth 1, second round's worth 2, et cetera, et cetera. Whoever has the most points at the end of the tournament wins. So the bet I have with Rob is that the loser has to send out a tweet to the politician of the other person's choosing, and they also have to let that person dictate what is said.
Doesn't necessarily have to be a politician they like.
Oh, no. So let's just say that I win the bracket contest. I could make Rob send a message to Destiny Wells on Twitter, at Destiny Wells or whatever her handle is. Hey, I'm sorry I've said all the mean things about you. I really do think you're a winner. And if we were both single, I would like to massage your thighs. Rob Kendall.
Oh, my goodness.
And if I were to get beat, if Rob beats me, he would probably make me write at Indy Mayor Joe. At Indy Mayor Joe. I'm sorry for all of the jokes that I've made about you being a possible alcoholic. I don't really think you were in rehab. Here's a couple bucks. Go buy a bottle for me. Something along those lines. That's the bet that we've got into place. Loser has to send a tweet.
Wow. I don't know who to root for in this.
And I don't know who it's going to be yet. Like with Rob, he's got so many enemies, right? Like, but for me, it's probably either Hogsett or Mears. We're kind of getting down to either one of those two. But with Rob, boy, there's a long list of folks.
Man, I think I'm Team Hammer here. Let's go. Let's make Rob send out a nice, gracious tweet to one of his vicious, bitter enemies. I'd love that.
It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
Oh, yeah, the first day is spring. It really feels like it, doesn't it? That doesn't matter. Spring is here. It's time for a new patio. And Indy Decorative Concrete is offering free demolition. So if you got an old deck or cracked concrete, they're going to remove it at no cost. This is key. Hurry. This offer ends April 30th. Go to IndyDecorativeConcrete.com for details. I had an old sidewalk and porch that was falling apart. Indy Decorative Concrete came in, and I was blown away by what they did when they took a basic sidewalk and porch and turned it into a custom stamped concrete area with a bunch of more space and an absolutely awesome, unique look outside the front of my house. They're locally owned. They've been around since 2007. I love the owners, Mark and Jamie. And not only do they run a great custom concrete business, but they're great people. IndyDecorativeConcrete.com, IndyDecorativeConcrete.com.
Whether you're preparing for retirement, navigating a life transition, or simply wondering if you're on the right path, Howard Bailey Financial is here to help. Together, we'll work on a personalized plan designed to bring greater clarity to your goals and help you approach decisions with confidence. It's not just about numbers, it's about the life you want to lead and the legacy you want to leave behind. With over 20 years of experience, Howard Bailey Financial has been dedicated to guiding individuals as they work toward taking control of their financial future and finding peace of mind. Text PATH to 888-262-1104 to download a free retirement toolkit and start planning for the retirement you've dreamed of. Howard Bailey Financial, helping you turn hope into a plan and dreams into reality. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, just $189.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to save.
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
Do you need air conditioning service and need to find a local well-trained expert you can trust, like Family Heating and Air Conditioning? Find that American Standard Air dealer at IndyHomeComfort.com.
For all your home's heating, air conditioning, plumbing, and drain needs, remember the man for all seasons, Chapman. Drain cleanings right now, only $89. Schedule online today at ChapmanHeating.com. That's ChapmanHeating.com. Technology Recyclers is the safe and ethical choice for your computer and electronics recycling. R2 certified, 100% landfill free, guaranteed destruction of data, and absolutely free pickups. Visit tech-recyclers.com.
I'll say this. There are no entries in the Hoops Fan Hall of Fame who didn't show up to the game. Yes, you in the back.
Professor, March Madness is coming to Indianapolis. Are we ready?
You prepared to bring the fight? Give it 110 from tip to the final buzzer? Oh, you're ready. The NCAA Sweet 16 and Elite 8, March 28th and 30th in Indianapolis. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/MVB tickets. Class dismissed.
Broadcasting from the Technology Recycler Studios, this is Indy's Mobile News, 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. The news starts now.
President Trump is about to take a major step. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. He is set to sign an executive order at this hour directing the Education Secretary to take all necessary steps to facilitate the closing of her department and to return education authority to the states.
A fact sheet provided by the White House says the order will ensure effective and uninterrupted delivery of services, programs, and benefits Americans rely on. The Department of Education operates the federal student loan program and funding for low-income school districts. Fully closing or eliminating the department would likely require congressional approval, and lawmakers just approved Education Department funding in the bill preventing a government shutdown.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. Opponents argue the change will take away critical services for students and families. 3 suspects are under arrest in 3 of the states where Tesla dealerships and charging stations have been attacked.
One of these defendants is out of Oregon, and he was found with an AR-15 rifle. He was arrested after throwing approximately 8 Molotov cocktails at a Tesla dealership. You also have someone who was arrested here in Colorado for arson and also graffiti at a Tesla dealership.
Fox's Alicia Acuna. Federal prosecutors accuse the 3rd suspect in South Carolina of writing profane messages against Tesla and President Trump and trying to light a charging station on fire. The FBI is investigating attacks in multiple states. Also, just getting word that a federal judge is now blocking Elon Musk's DOGE team from accessing personal information in the Social Security Administration for now. On Wall Street, stocks finish lower after a choppy day of trading. The Dow down 11 points at the bell. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Storms all around Indiana. No storm on radar now, though. Temperatures are in the upper 30s, and tonight it dips down into the upper 20s. I'm Chris Davis. Here's what's trending at 4:02. A storm left behind roof damage, broken fences, and a smashed garage door at the Logansport Cass County Airport. Here's Ryan Hedrick on that storm.
Leaders with emergency management services say they're just happy nobody was injured or killed.
So when the garage door was blown in, it landed on the aircraft, so very minor damage.
EMA Director Rocky Buffum says at the time of the storm, there were no watches or warnings.
We did have an EMA unit captured a funnel cloud in that area just before everything went rain wrap.
And he says they've sent photos of that damage to the National Weather Service. Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
An EF2 tornado has now been confirmed in Bartholomew County, says the National Weather Service. An EF1 tornado touched down in parts of Gary, says the Weather Service in Chicago, and storm damage was also reported in Switzerland, Putnam, and Carroll counties from last night's storms. A new data center possibly coming to Franklin Township in the I-74 Post Road area, but not everyone's happy about that possibility. In fact, few people who attended a meeting last night were in favor of it.
Data centers use an incredibly high amount of energy, electricity. They use quite a bit of water. I'm also concerned with the waste that's coming, the wastewater that's coming out.
Angie Bausenberg talking to our news gathering partners at Wish TV. She lives in the area. City County Council Minority Leader Michael Paul Hart was also at that meeting and says the developers have a ways to go in getting the area rezoned. The man who escaped a work detail in Jackson County is still on the loose. Michael D. Anderson is a light-skinned black male, 5'8", with a rose tattoo on his right hand. He was wearing yellow pants and shirt and an orange hat and a Carhartt jacket. Police say he may be wearing long johns, but who's going to check? You've got traffic and weather in 1 minute.
It's not uncommon for us to meet with a new client, and the first thing they say is, "We heard you on the radio."
How can a partnership with WIBC serve your business?
Hi, my name's Richard Michaelis. Our firm's Michaelis Corporation. We're general contractors, and we specialize in insurance restoration.
Brand awareness.
When our business needed to increase our brand awareness, we looked to Radio 1. Throughout the years, we learned their listeners have a large amount of trust when it comes to businesses that are recommended on air. The on-air talent that endorse Michaelis are real customers with real experiences.
Deliver your message to the audience that matters.
Working with Radio 1 has created brand awareness for Michaelis Corporation.
Take your advertising to the next level. Text business to 71007 now.
We've enjoyed our partnership with Radio 1. We look forward to continuing for many years to come.
Get results with WIBC.
Traffic on 93 WIBC. Here's Matt Bear.
All right, westbound 74 heading to Brownsburg. A stall before Raceway Road blocking the left lane. Stop and go traffic back to Dandy Trail. Not quite to 465, but we're close. Inbound 65 past west. This is a stall blocking the left lane. Stop and go traffic back to MLK. An 11-minute delay. Eastbound 76-minute delay from Belmont to the South Split. And a crash at 38th at Hawthorne Lane. That's to the east of Emerson. Traffic sponsored by Straight Talk Wireless. This tax season is free phone season with Straight Talk. Get real unlimited data on reliable 5G network. Straight Talk available at Walmart or straighttalk.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Now your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Unfortunately, this Thursday evening, it looks like we'll still have healthy winds out of the northwest and skies starting to clear out overnight, which will likely lead us to chilly conditions Friday morning. Low temperatures currently looking to be about 28 here in Indy. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Renner Sutis for 93 WIBC.
I'm Chris Davis, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it!
Well, Hammer, it's about that time where I just kind of step right aside and let you do your thing with an A. Listen to those people who screwed you on property tax reform. Go ahead, my man.
Travis Holdman, Scott Baldwin, Brian Buchanan, Chris Garden, Mike Caskell, Tyler Johnson, Ryan Mishler, Rick Niemeyer, Linda Rogers, and Kyle Walker.
There it is.
They are just some of the folks that bent you over and did it to you dirty when it comes to your property taxes. They were the first group, the tax committee in the Senate, which means as soon as the gavel pounded, General Assembly is now underway. They looked at that bill that Braun bought, wadded it up.
Like it was Nancy Pelosi with Trump's State of the Union speech.
Exactly. That's exactly what they did. But at least Pelosi was the opposite party.
Right.
These butt sniffers are all, quote, Republicans. So never forget, like, I know not all of these people are up for election next year or even the year after. Might be a few years. But the reason I want you to remember their names, along with Rod Bray, Senate Pro Tem leader, remember their names because when they do decide to run for re-election, you do to them what they've done to you. Keep that in the back of your mind.
They're counting on you forgetting.
They are, 100%. And they're going to try to pull every trick in the world to make you think, well, we're doing the best we can. No, you're not. You sat there and listened to this lunatic from Mooresville say, well, maybe the lights in the school will go out. You let Carmel, the Richie Rich of the state of Indiana, try to tell you, well, even though we've got money for a big government-funded hotel and fake statues of people, we might not have firefighters if we lower your property taxes. Stop letting these people lie to you. Remember their names. Nigel, we are keeping our eye on the White House. Coming up really at any moment, we're expecting to see Donald Trump sign an executive order dismantling the Department of Education.
And the people are kind of misleading you on this, like the Democrats. He's getting rid of only Congress can get rid of the Department of Education. But he can definitely make some damn changes to that thing.
Dismantling is the key word there, right?
Right.
But let's be honest. If the Department of Education just did not exist at this time tomorrow, who would miss it? Other than grifters, who would miss it?
Well, I mean, don't they pay? Doesn't the Department of Education pay high school teachers?
Well, no, Nige.
Middle school teachers.
Nope.
No. The D.O.E. pays elementary school teachers. They're the ones that sign the paychecks.
Oh, no, not you and your drugs. The D.O.E. doesn't pay for any teacher. And under the watchful eye of the D.O.E., the education system in this country has gone right down the crapper. So my question to all of those folks that are so passionate about the DOE is simple.
What would you say you do here?
What would you say you do here, other than have a bunch of people making ridiculous salaries? And this kind of goes into the playbook of the Democrats, right? Do the Democrats think that they're going to win back voters by having a message of big government is good and big government needs to stay? We need more people at the Department of Education making six figures that do nothing.
Hammer, what else are they going to say? Are they going to agree with Donald Trump and Elon Musk? What else are they going to say? Donald Trump is making them disagree with common sense strategies that help the American public as a whole. They're making them disagree with just, shipping out Venezuelan gang members, sophisticated crime syndicate organized gang members from Venezuela. Let's bring them back here. They didn't get a fair shot.
Jamie Raskin, who's that lunatic out of Maryland, he went on MSNBC, and he's trying to fire up the base by saying, well, the Republicans, they're at war with the government.
People are beginning to recognize that the GOP is really at war with the government of the people.
Good, because the government is way too big and way too expensive and makes way too many bad decisions. Again, this is why people voted for Donald Trump. And honestly, this is why the approval ratings are so high. Here's MSNBC on their own polling.
First of all, the mood of the country, this really jumped out. We asked folks, is it on the right direction or the wrong direction? That 44% you say right direction, that's up since November. And if that doesn't seem like a lot, the last time it cracked 40%, you got to go back to 2012. The last time it actually hit 44 or higher, January of 2004. So a lot of this is Republicans, but independents, that number is also up since the election on the direction of the country.
President Donald Trump sports his highest approval rating ever, driven by strong, almost unanimous Republican support, modest support from independents, and little from Democrats. The latest NBC poll showing President Trump's approval rating at 47%. That is a personal best for the president, up 4 points from when he left office in 2021. 51% disapproving of the job he's doing, down 4 points. Democrats should not take any heart from this poll. Their positive image rating dropped to an all-time low of just 27%. Only Russia and Vladimir Putin had lower ratings than the Democratic Party among those asked about in this poll.
I mean, it's right there. Their messaging is big government is good for you. And if you think that Raskin was just the outlier, how about Chuck Schumer? Listen to the crap that he had to say to taxpayers when he stopped by those chicken heads on The View.
And you know what their attitude is? I made my money all by myself. How dare your government take my money from me? I don't want to pay taxes. Or I built my company with my bare hands. How dare your government tell me how I should treat my customers, my the land and water that I own, or my employees? They hate government. Government's a barrier to people, a barrier to stop them from doing things. They want to destroy it. We are not letting them do it, and we're united.
He just listed off a bunch of reasons why I hate the government.
Right.
Right.
Why Donald Trump won.
I don't hate every aspect of the government, but he just listed off some pretty good reasons why there's some dismay within the American voting within the electorate, for sure.
Like, I didn't really hear all of the SEALs in the audience get up and clap like they normally do on The View. What? Yeah, big taxes and government. More government.
You built, like somebody saying, I built this company with my hands. You have no right to take my money from me. Like, what? Who is he reaching there? Who is he speaking to?
Schumer's team. Yes, we do. Put that on a campaign poster. And the other thing that's wild is you see these nuts, and that's what they are. They're nuts at this point. They're an echo chamber. These fringe lunatics of the left that have the loudest social media, takes. Sometimes they have a lot of followers, but these are the people that post nonstop all day long on social media about Donald Trump. From the minute they wake up, from the minute they pass out in the evening, it's nonstop Donald Trump. They are now Team Domestic Terrorism. Listen to the Comedy Central audience. This is The Daily Show. Now, I don't know the name of this dude that was hosting it, but he's showing a montage of news clips of these Tesla facilities being burned and vandalized. Listen to the crowd applaud this stuff.
And some people are not content to just scream about Elon in a high school gym. They're taking to the streets or the parking lots.
Tonight, the FBI and ATF now investigating multiple cases of possible arson targeting Teslas and Cybertrucks.
Listen to that.
Video shows multiple cars in flames. Police say the attacker used Molotov cocktails. It's the latest in more than a dozen instances of arson and vandalism targeting Tesla.
The same suspect shot more Teslas with a gun. Tesla Cybertrucks were set on fire in Kansas City, and earlier this month, shots fired at a Tesla dealership in Oregon. Cybertrucks on fire in Seattle.
Wow, you guys like petty acts of domestic terrorism, huh? Wow. Okay, let me just say, nobody should be breaking the law and blowing up Teslas, especially because if you just wait a few minutes, they'll probably do it by themselves.
Like the host, I think, was even taken aback a little bit about how rowdy these nuts were about domestic terrorism.
No, I mean, they were doing the same thing on Jimmy Kimmel's show as well. They know exactly what they're clapping for, and these are the same people that were probably doing the same thing and clapping when the riots were going on in 2020.
The same people who were rooting for the SpaceX capsule to have something bad happen to it, so they can do a victory lap against that no-good, rotten Elon Musk. These people suck. Good God. Matt Baer, what's the latest?
North side crash on the exit from southbound 31 to eastbound 465. The ramp is partially blocked. And a stall on westbound 74 heading to Brownsburg. And this is blocking the left lane before Raceway Road. Stop and go traffic back to 465. Inbound 65, the stall cleared, still slow. 10-minute delay. MLK to Meridian Pad. And eastbound 70, stop and go from Harding into the South Split. Traffic sponsored by Allstate. Wish you could save on home insurance. With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Right now it's 38 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center, and we need 48 of you to give us a thumbs up on the WIBC YouTube stream. We got the cameras up in the studio. You can see Nigel's beautiful face. You can see my tan, athletic body looking right at you. We're making a connection.
Gorgeous.
We're having virtual love right now. All we're asking for is you give us a like.
Who, me and you?
No, not you and I. Talking to the audience.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
48. That's all we need. 48 of you. Give us a like on the YouTube feed so we can get to 100. Is this anything? It's America's fastest growing game sensation, and it's next.
It may not seem like it today, but yeah, it's spring, and you might be thinking about some outdoor furniture. Go to Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus, short drive down 65. That's where my wife and I go to get all our indoor and outdoor furniture. And right now, if you're wanting comfort at half the price, you better hurry. Berlin Garden and Pollywood outdoor furniture, up to 20% off during this early season sale at Thompson. Also, Lazy Boy and Smith Brothers, 50% off.
Thompson Furniture and Mattress located in Columbus. It's officially spring now. So if you're looking for that patio furniture, maybe you're looking for something indoors or outdoors, Thompson Furniture and Mattress, they are your one-stop shop for everything, and they still have free delivery and setup if you live within 75 miles. Get an awesome new Tempur-Pedic mattress, but you got to tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you. These guys take care of us on the Hammer and Nigel show. Take care of these guys. Stop by Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus, thompsonfurniture.net.
Advanced solutions from Comcast Business help turn today's enterprises into engines of modern business. It's how retailers become logistics mastering, supply chain transforming, seamlessly restocking, frictionless paying favorite shopping destinations.
Thank you for shopping.
And how nationwide restaurants become customer focusing, touchscreen ordering,
second window, please,
rapidly customizing, quick serving eateries. It's how we turn financial firms into market tracking, client servicing, cyber securing economic engines.
Loan approved. Congratulations.
And how hospitals become the patient scanning, data managing, welcome to the worlding, life-changing healthcare facilities that we all depend on. With leading networking and connectivity, advanced cybersecurity, and expert partnership, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business, powering possibilities. Restrictions apply.
For the deal that can't be beat, you got to get over to Andy Moore Ford. Start the spring strong with a new Andy Moore Ford. You can elevate that journey of yours with a new 2024 Ford Expedition Platinum. You could save over $15,000 off MSRP. The high output 3.5-liter EcoBoost, up to 400 horsepower, commanding performance. I'm driving one. It's fantastic. And if you need something just a little smaller but could still do all the hauling, the new 2024 Ford Edge SE. Save over $6,500 off MSRP and get more to your door. Simply purchase your vehicle online and they'll deliver directly to you. Andy Moore Ford has got the entire selection. And if you're looking to sell or trade your current vehicle, Andy Moore Ford will pay top dollar for your used vehicle, even if you don't buy theirs. Andy Moore Ford in Plainfield, 2713 East Main Street in Plainfield, or online at Andy Moore Ford. That's M-O-H-R. I love Andy. AndyMooreFord.com.
This is Joe Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is the nation's largest family law firm, but we're more than just size. We're part of your community. With offices across the country, our attorneys and staff live and work right where you do. And because we're local, we know your courts, your laws, and your legal community. When divorce puts your future on the line, you need a firm that's both powerful and personal. Call Cordell & Cordell.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Indianapolis area attorneys. 101 West Ohio Street, Suite 1250, Indianapolis, Indiana 46204.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Denny Smith for Sundown Gardens. Nursery stock is arriving daily. 20% off all container trees and shrubs in stock. 186th Street and Spring Mill Road in Westfield.
Hammer and Nigel presents
It depends upon what the meaning of the word is.
Is this anything?
All right, let's rock and roll.
Big Nige, is this anything? A woman in Texas hit the lottery for $83.5 million last month.
Good for her.
But they won't pay her because she bought the ticket through an app called Jackpocket. Jackpocket, which is not what I thought that would be.
It's like a personal pleasure apparatus. It's some sort of...
That's what I would think, yes. Officials are looking into whether the win should count, because I guess Jackpocket is not an official licensed retailer. Here is the woman and her lawyer talking about what happened.
I'm being treated as the bad guy. Never in a million years would think that there was anything sketchy or inappropriate.
We play by all the rules, and we're still playing by all the rules, and we expect that my client should be paid.
It was a disguise in her voice, by the way.
I thought it was Whoopi Goldberg. Wow, okay.
No, I'm looking here. Jackpocket is a courier app owned by DraftKings. You pay through the app, and then they send somebody to buy you a ticket.
Okay.
So it's like,
like the old Vegas runners, kind of.
Maybe, kind of, or DoorDash, modern day DoorDash.
There you go.
For lottery winners. And Greg Abbott, the governor, is launch an investigation into the win. I think the government there in Texas tried banning it, but it didn't pass because you have to pay cash, but 9% of tickets sold in the state are bought through one of these apps. It's a mess. I think, look, if she bought the ticket, no matter how she got it, she should win. If she legitimately won,
That's the question, right? Did she legitimately win?
Yeah, I mean...
Is there red tape on that ticket that says must be purchased at a licensed retailer?
It's not a law, but now the lottery in Texas is saying we're banning Jackpocket after the win.
Okay.
So kind of BS. She might get some of that money. I'm reading, by the way, and you're a gambling guy. I want to know what you think of this. There was a company, I'm reading this whole article. There was a big lotto win in 2023. A company in Jersey bought so many tickets, they guaranteed a win. They spent $25 million and won a $95 million jackpot. So they beat the system, and that's being investigated because officials don't like it.
Well, I'm sorry
It's
you don't like it, but
crazy.
if you've got the money, it's a smart investment.
Yeah.
If you've got the money to purchase all of the options so you're guaranteed to win and you'll get a profit out of it, game on. But, I mean, think about what they do in Vegas, though. If you're a card counter in blackjack,
They'll kick you out, yeah.
Like
it's not illegal, but...
Yeah, they can also throw you outside or take you to the basement where Robert De Niro and his guys are waiting for you.
A hammer for that hand.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is this anything? There's a new trend of people going under general anesthesia while getting a tattoo.
No.
Anthony Richardson did that, the Colts quarterback. He went out last year, remember?
For a tattoo?
He had his whole back done.
Yeah.
And he was out for hours. Doctors say there are serious risks that come with it. Here's a doctor talking about the dangers of this.
Apparently, I am now the spokesperson for not having general anesthesia for tattoo procedures because y'all keep sending these videos to me and it makes me so angry that people are doing this. I don't think this was in America, but anyway, y'all know that 45-year-old influencer guy recently just died on the table while he was having general anesthesia for a tattoo, which is just ridiculous. And then if they give him just a little too much medicine or it's really long and the medicine starts to accumulate and he stops breathing, well, you about to have yourself a Michael Jackson situation.
Oh, wow. I did not know that about Anthony Richardson.
Before the season last year.
Since he was sedated. I don't know. Like general anesthesia, I don't know exactly what that means, but like if you're getting a tattoo, you got to go old school. You can't. I mean, it's like a cop-out almost. You're not really getting a tattoo unless you suffer through it.
Or you're so drunk you don't remember it happened.
Down in Florida, like in my 20s, when like you'd go up and down and we'd stay up and down, like we'd stay in Madeira Beach and some of those places. There was those 24-hour tattoo shops. I was this close to having some nonsensical Chinese letter tattooed on my shoulder. Thank God it didn't. But I think if you're going to, the rule is if you're going to go get a tattoo, be a man or a woman about it and suffer through it. I mean, general anesthesia.
I think it was the second Hangover movie where Stu was so hammered drunk, he ended up getting the Mike Tyson eye tattoo on his face.
Yeah, well, that's what you do. I mean, that's okay. Have a few drink in excess, fine. But you need an anesthesiologist to get you a picture of a Harley Davidson logo on your shoulder?
Or some letter that you think means peace or strength, and you find out later it just means like
water,
broom. It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
Galaxy Concrete Coatings. Hey, my new Galaxy Concrete basement floor is out of this world. Galaxy Concrete came out and did my garage floor last year, but last Friday they came out and did my utility room. Got a brand new coating. My utility room where the furnace is used to be so scary in there, like dirty and gross, and now it's just pristine with a floor that is 4 times stronger, and they don't use epoxy. They use polyurea, which is now the standard for these kinds of coatings. They do garage, basements, pool decks, any indoor, outdoor area concrete. GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com or 751-9070.
For over 20 years, Howard Bailey Financial has been helping families just like yours gain clarity, confidence, and purpose with personal and practical financial strategies. And now, we're offering our full suite of services on Rangeline Road, right in the heart of Carmel, making it even easier to meet with our experienced team face-to-face. Whether you're planning for retirement, navigating life transitions, or just need guidance for your financial future, we're here to walk with you every step of the way. Text CARMEL to 888-262-1104 to download a free retirement resource. Howard Bailey Financial, helping you turn hope into a plan and dreams into reality. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
Military veterans and active duty service members, you could become a certified cyber warrior with just 12 weeks of training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, and IT pros with these skills often enjoy abundant opportunity and a great lifestyle. Protect our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. SkillBridge and other VA benefits are available to those who qualify. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out? Spruce, spruce, spruce.
It's Spruce, the new hard-working, worry-free weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people and pets. When used as directed, spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Weeds die by the next day. Find Spruce wherever weed killers are sold.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Another tornado confirmed in Indiana. Nothing like that happening now. The closest precip is in southern Indiana. Upper 30s this afternoon, upper 20s tonight. I'm Chris Davis. Here's what's trending. An EF2 tornado confirmed in Bartholomew County from last night's storms.
So they found evidence of what's EF2 tornado with a peak wind of about 112 miles an hour.
Andrew White is a meteorologist with the National Weather Service Indianapolis office. He says that twister damaged farm buildings and bent a couple of electric transmission towers, but no one was reported hurt. An EF1 tornado preliminarily confirmed in Gary in Lake County, and the Weather Service in northern Indiana is looking into whether it was a tornado that caused damage in Cass County near Logansport. The emergency manager there says there was no tornado warning, but they did get a picture of a funnel cloud. You may not even be able to think about what it would be like to spend 8 months as a hostage in a dark pit. Fox's Eric Shawn on what one recently released Hamas hostage is saying.
Tal Shoham spent 505 days as a hostage of Hamas. He was freed last month, but his two friends, Guy Gaboa Dalel and Evitar David, well, they, right now, remain hostages in Hamas's hands. Tal was held underground for 8.5 months in a damp, dark, suffocating tunnel with his friends. Told by his Hamas captors that they rigged a bomb in that tunnel, that the bomb would kill them if Israel attempted a rescue. He was given little food, the soup, water, and rice, which is why he lost more than 60 pounds. At one point, a Hamas terrorist threatened to shoot him point blank, but Tal was determined to keep his dignity.
Greenpeace, responsible for millions of dollars in damage in their Dakota Access Pipeline protest.
The pipeline company said they orchestrated a campaign providing intelligence, training, tents, tools, and lock boxes so the protesters could chain themselves to equipment. That led to 700 arrests. Interior Secretary Doug Burgum was governor at the time. So what Greenpeace worries about is this is going to dissuade other organizations from protesting because they claim it is a free speech issue. Greenpeace says it will appeal not just in North Dakota, but also in the Netherlands, where it is based internationally.
Fox's William LaJeunesse reporting. Greenpeace says they're worried being found liable for damages could shut them down. You've got traffic and weather in 1 minute.
This is the most exciting time of the year, and we want you to go all the way, even if your team doesn't. March on, Indiana, in a Hubler quality pre-owned vehicle. Shop any of Hubler's 13 locations and choose from over 2,000 vehicles, including Chevys, Fords, Toyotas, GMCs, Buicks, Nissans, Acuras, Mazdas, Hondas, and many more. All makes, all models, certified vehicles, luxury vehicles, even the hard-to-find ones. Every Hubler Q-certified vehicle is covered by a 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty, plus a 128-point vehicle inspection, and a free Carfax history report. Hubler's got you covered. Busted brackets not included. For over 2,000 vehicles, visit drivehubler.com or any of our 13 locations.
Hubler's got you covered. Cover me!
Warranty on select models less than 9 years old.
Traffic on 93 WIBC. Here's Matt Bear.
All right, Chris, westbound 74 heading to Brownsburg. The stall cleared. Still jammed up from 465 out to Dandy Trail. On the north side, a stall on the exit from southbound 31 to eastbound 465. The ramp is open, partially blocked. Eastbound 465, stop and go traffic. Westfield Boulevard to the White River. Inbound 65, slow. 5-minute delay, 29th at 2 Meridian Penn. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Now your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Looks like we'll have a few clouds early this evening, but they'll be giving way to clear skies overnight, which means we will see a chance for temperatures to drop quite cold, below freezing by a few degrees of higher Friday morning. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Drew Narsutis, 493 WIBC.
I'm Chris Davis, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
The real March Madness is underway. But on this program, Hammer and Nigel Records Madness has been going on for weeks. Today, Nige, we will wrap up the first round and we will dive into the Elite Eight, round 2. So before we get there, reset what this little bracket deal is all about.
Oh, it's easy. It's like 16 of the greatest hits from Hammer and Nigel Records just competing against each other. Hammer and Nigel Records are a fictional record company with a bunch of parodies and other original songs, maybe some songs some listeners have sent in, and we've dwindled it down to 16, and we're going for March Madness here. We're going for number 1. This yesterday was tough, man.
This one was actually pretty close.
Was it really?
So yesterday we had the number 13 seed, the Joe Biden Duets album, highlighting his folksy racism, against the number 4 seed, Georgia Bowling, when they opened up bowling alleys during COVID. It was close, but pulling out a comfortable win at the end, Georgia Bowling.
Okay.
Keep bowling, 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 keep bowling, 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 keep bowling, 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 bowling.
So that moves on to the Elite Eight.
All right.
Which starts right now. Round 2, the Elite Eight, a trip to the Final Four is on the line.
I wonder if we could have done, I don't think we have 16 COVID songs, but we could have just done like the 5-year anniversary of COVID with just COVID parodies and
we have a lot of them.
Songs. I don't know if we have that many, but we could have gotten away with it. Maybe.
The 2 songs that won their first round matchups that are competing today, both songs from the COVID year.
Okay, let's go.
The one upset in round 1, the number 10 seed. This was a song that I put together after that awful COVID summer where we were locked down, kids were taken out of school. I put this together, and yes, I was in a little bit of a Bryan Adams mood. I got my first real face mask. Bought it at my local Walgreens. Did a lot of drinking cause was the summer of COVID-19. Come on, let's go. They took all my kids out of school. E-learning sucks butt cheeks. Listening to Flip Flop and Fauci telling me to wait another 2 weeks.
Let's go.
Yeah. Standing 6 feet apart. This summer seemed to last forever. And then I lit a fart. I was bored and it was now or never. This is the worst year of my life.
Yeah.
There it is. The summer of COVID-19 from Hammer and Nigel Records.
What number was that?
10.
Okay.
The 10 seed. It is competing against another song from the COVID year.
Okay.
The number 5 seed in our bracket. This was a song to celebrate all of those folks who maybe were contact traced.
Yes.
Or tested positive but you didn't get really sick. You just had some mild symptoms. Blame it on the Chinese. We're all scared to sneeze. Looking up symptoms online. You can't smell your food. You can't taste your booze. But other than that, you're just fine. And I saw the surprise in Hogset's eyes when you said you're doing quite good. He took a shot from his flask and yelled, "Put on your mask, or I'll lock you all down for good." Oh, here we go. 'Cause I got friends with mild cases. No fever, no cough, just body aches, and they'll be okay. Yeah! Woo! In 14 days. Yeah, Fauci's advice changes week to week, but if he cancels Thanksgiving, he can kiss my butt cheeks, despite my friends with mild cases.
There it is! Every time I hear that song, I hear a new line that I love. I don't know if it's exactly word for word, but Hogset took a shot from his flask and told you to put on a mask.
These are all songs about my experience here in Indianapolis in the summer of COVID.
Oh, God bless you for sticking with Marion County, man.
I'm a lifer,
Yeah.
man. I'm a lifer. So you can vote right now. Go to Twitter. We've got the poll pinned to the top. Which song do you want to move on to the final four? Summer of COVID or Friends with Mild Cases?
That's a rough one, man. Another rough one. I don't know. What do you think? I don't want to influence. I don't either. I don't like to say what my favorite one is, but I think you can tell by my reaction.
You can go to Facebook and vote too. If you don't have a Twitter account, you can go over to Facebook, or you could vote in both places. Facebook.com/Hammer and Nigel, Twitter @Hammer and Nigel. All right, Nige, this is, I think, in your wheelhouse. You're the rock guy here on the show.
Am I?
UltimateClassicRock.com has put together a list of rock's most hated songs. Okay? I'm going to count backwards up from 5. Tell me if you're all right with these. These are the most hated rock songs from UltimateClassicRock.com. Number 5, Shiny Happy People, REM featuring the B-52s.
I could get down with that one.
Number
Probably.
4, We Didn't Start the Fire by Billy Joel. That's number 4. Number 3, Studio by Phil Collins.
Oh, no.
Studio. Number 2, Kokomo by the Beach Boys. I wouldn't even consider that a rock song. The Beach Boys aren't a rock band.
It's like a pop song, but whatever.
And number 1, UltimateClassicRock.com's most hated songs, I Don't Want to Miss a Thing by Aerosmith. The cheesy ballad from Armageddon.
I don't know who put this list together. Who'd you say Ultimate Classic? Yeah, I get on that website sometimes, UltimateClassicRock.com. Every one of those songs you mentioned, huge numbers. Popularity, dollars, records sold, singles played, radio airplay. So it's kind of like the thing with Nickelback where everybody kind of makes fun of them and they're a joke and there's lots of memes, but they still sell out when they are touring in the summer. And I like how can you hate Studio?
Yeah, Phil Collins.
I know, I realize it's just called Is it Studio?
Studio, but he sings it as Studio. Like that's how he sings it in the song.
Are we sure it's not Studio?
I think it's just Studio.
I don't know. I'm seeing 3 S's in that.
What are you going with?
I'm going Studio.
Okay, you brought the show to a complete halt, so please let me know what we're going.
No, I'm saying I think it's Studio. Not
okay.
Studio.
whatever you're going with, I like the song either way.
And I did not bring the show to a halt.
Yes. Sometimes we wait for you to figure things out, and Alice and I just make this awkward eye contact, and we wonder if you're okay.
But we built this city. Shiny, happy people. Yeah, I understand. Kokomo. I mean, the Kokomo was a huge song. Huge.
That was the video where Stamos was on the bongos, wasn't it? They got Stamos back there in like a
He's a
tank
great
top
drummer.
playing the bongos, and the Beach Boys are on the beach, and they're singing, and all the hot chicks are walking around with white tank tops on.
Can we, by the way, here in about an hour, we're going to get into you and Rob Kendall's little tit for tat earlier this morning when we're talking about songs and arguing about the lyrics and the song Cherry Bomb from John Mellencamp.
Correct.
Just totally blew away all my knowledge and all my understanding of Cougar Mellencamp songs today with that argument.
It took over his show. The final hour of his show was about that argument that we had. So we'll bring that up with Rob.
About an hour from now.
Coming up about an hour. Do not go anywhere. We're coming right back. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
From a fast break to recovery, Indiana hospitals are here for every Hoosier, regardless of their ability to pay. That's why we're teaming up with legislators on a winning playbook to lower costs and protect access to care across our communities. Because good policy doesn't leave anyone on the sidelines. Learn more at HoosierLifeline.com.
Paid for by the Indiana Hospital Association.
That's are us. When dreams don't get in, that's are us.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel, plus low to no monthly payments. Call 765-545-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to that'sareus.com. 765-545-BATH.
That's are us. When dreams don't get in, that's are us.
I'll say this. There are no entries in the Hoops Fan Hall of Fame who didn't show up to the game. Yes, you in the back.
Professor, March Madness is coming to Indianapolis. Are we ready?
You prepared to bring the fire? Give it 110 from tip to the final buzzer? Oh, you're ready. The NCAA Sweet 16 and Elite 8, March 28th and 30th in Indianapolis. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/MBB tickets. Class dismissed.
Blood, sweat, tears. At Bill Estes, we know it takes hard work and years of doing the right thing to build a business people can depend on. That's why we don't make empty promises and expect your trust. Estes earns it. From Ford F-150s and Toyota Tacomas to Ram 1500s and Chevy Silverados, we have the trucks you'll love at prices you can believe in. But don't just take our word for it. Your trust means something. Estes earns it. BillEstes.com.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed cracks in your drywall, chimney, or exterior walls? I hope not, because if you have, they could be indications that you've got a much bigger problem with your foundation. That's where Indiana Foundation Service comes in, a groundworks company. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to stabilize your foundation. Schedule your free inspection at indianafoundation.com/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
What a day.
You're working too hard.
We're both working too hard, with even less to show for it.
What's this?
It's the bills for Tracy's procedure.
This is outrageous.
I know. And Mom just said her prescriptions went up again.
How can working people afford this?
These medical bills are crushing our finances, and these hospitals and insurance groups are making record profits.
You know, I read Indiana has the 9th highest healthcare costs in the nation, and prescription drug costs are out of control.
That's why I voted for Mike Braun. He has a plan to reform Indiana's broken healthcare system. Braun's plan calls for billing transparency, increased access, and lower costs for all Hoosiers.
I hear you. It's good to know help is on the way. Mike Braun's plan will offer real relief for our family budget.
Sign the petition for Braun's healthcare plan at HoosierHope.org. Join Mike Braun's fight for healthcare reform today. Paid for by HoosierHope.org.
It's a flash sale at Zero Res. Get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at only $109. $109. Book online at ZeroResIndy.com.
Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors. For 1951 cabinetry, visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or DrexelIN.com.
Kendall and Casey.
I'm a young, up-and-coming professional. We are people who want to work. We want to engage. We don't want to be freeloaders. And yet, it makes it very hard for young people to actually do that.
Kendall and Casey, 9 till noon on 93 WIBC.
All right, Matt Bayer, what's going on?
Inbound 65, stop and go traffic, 21st to Meridian Penn. Eastbound 74, minutes in from Harding into the south split and a crash. Southbound 31 to eastbound 465. That's on the exit ramp. That ramp is open and a little bit slow. Looking to westbound 74 to Brownsburg, the stall cleared up, so to traffic, you are good to go. It's wide open. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146 and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at DrexelIN.com. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
39 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center at 93 WIBC. Nige Entertainment Weekly put together a list of the best pairs of fictional friends. Fictional best friends from movies and TV. Here are their top 5. I'm going to go backward from 5. Tell me if you agree with the list. Number 5, Maverick and Goose from Top Gun.
Sure.
Number 4, Wayne and Garth from Saturday Night Live and Wayne's World.
Okay.
Number 3, Woody and Buzz from Toy Story.
Yeah.
Number 2, Thelma and Louise. And number 1, Bill and Ted from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Those are the top 5 of the list of 25 best pairs of fictional best friends in movie and TV.
Best fictional friends, yes.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the top 25 here. Some of them I've never heard of, but like, where's Bert and Ernie? Bert and Ernie. What about Gibson and Glover from Lethal Weapon?
That's a good one. Yeah. Harry and Lloyd from the Dumb and Dumber movies.
Yeah.
Beavis and Butthead, for that matter. Beavis and Butthead. Yeah, that's an interesting point. There's a lot of best friends that once you sit down and start thinking about it, but I don't know if anybody would be bigger than, the folks that are on the list. Like Bill and Ted, I don't know if they're number 1, but they're worthy of probably the top 10. Mav and Goose makes sense. Wayne and Garth, Woody and Buzz, Thelma and Louise makes sense.
Are they? So is this is a ranking? Bill and Ted's the number 1, or is it just?
Yeah, they were the number 1 ranking.
No, Harry and Lloyd's better than Bill and Ted. Come on, might be 2 different generations, slightly. I mean, was it Bill and Ted? Well,
but
no.
if Wayne and Garth's on there, like Wayne and Garth is the same era as the Dumb and Dumber era, I think, like mid 90s, right?
Right. Maverick and Goose is strong. That's strong. But I'm thinking like Ren and Stimpy. Where are you?
That's
Come
right.
on, give me some like Ricky Bobby and Cal Naughton.
Oh, that's great. That's my best friend. That's a good one. I forgot about that. So let's open it up here on the YouTube, on Twitter, on Facebook. Let us know, what do you think is the best fictional best friends?
Leslie and Ann on Parks and Rec.
Never watched Parks and Rec. Never got into it.
What about Batman and Robin?
So
Would that be an obvious one?
I would say that Robin isn't necessarily a friend of Batman.
Just like a coworker.
A coworker.
He's like an intern. He's like an understudy. Because I got a feeling Bruce Wayne, when he's going out for a night on the town, if he's going out doing billionaire stuff, he's not inviting Dick Grayson to go along with him. Right?
What about, all right, this is a good one. Cher and Dion in Clueless.
Good
Stacey Dash, now
Yes.
conservative commentator.
Alicia Silverstone.
Yes.
That's a good one. Jake and Elwood, although they're not friends, they're brothers. Brothers don't count, right?
Well, I don't. Bo and Luke Duke.
They're cousins.
Oh, they're cousins.
Right. And certainly not Coy and Vance when they try to bring those new Duke boys in. What a debacle that was.
Oh, on this list on Entertainment Weekly, they have one I totally agree with because I'm a huge fan of the movie, is Rick Dalton and Cliff Booth in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. DiCaprio and Brad Pitt.
Yes.
In the movie Once Upon a Time in Hollywood from Quentin Tarantino. Great pair. Good friends, good buddies.
Adam on the YouTube chat, the Bandit and Snowman from Smokey and the Bandit, Burt Reynolds and Jerry Reed.
Okay.
Eastbound and Down, Loaded Up and Truckin'. Today happens to be the birthday of Jerry Reed, by the way. We'll have to play some Eastbound and Down maybe a little bit later on.
Another reason to drink tonight.
There it is. It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
Meanwhile, at Xfinity. So, influencer life going well?
Oh, yeah. I'm up to 32 followers.
Oh, that's something.
Yeah, posting my tap dancing videos is easier than ever because we engineered Xfinity Internet with 99.99% network reliability.
Plus, Xfinity Mobile with Wi-Fi Power Boost gives you ultra-fast Wi-Fi at home and on the go. But wait, tap dancing? You don't tap dance.
Hey, what I lack in skill, I make up with passion.
Do more of what you love and love how fast you do it with Xfinity Internet and mobile. Now through April 17th, get 300 megabit Xfinity Internet and one unlimited mobile line together for $30 a month for 1 year and save $1,000 in your first year over Verizon and AT&T. Learn more at Xfinity.com. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. After promo, regular rate supply. Savings compared to Verizon 5G Internet plus one unlimited welcome line and AT&T Internet 300 plus one unlimited starter SL line. Xfinity Internet required. Actual speeds vary. Reduced speeds after 30 gigabits of usage per line. Data thresholds and actual savings vary.
Just hearing the word IRS can make people break out in a cold sweat. No one wants to deal with the IRS, and now you don't have to. The good news is Legal Tax Defense has been successfully negotiating with the IRS for more than 15 years. It doesn't matter how much you owe, whether it's $5,000 or $5 million. You deserve the best in the business on your side, and that is Legal Tax Defense. Even if you're working with someone else and just want a second opinion, there is no cost or obligation to call. They can prevent levies, liens, wage garnishments, even file back tax returns. And the best news about Legal Tax Defense is they won't take your case unless they know they will reduce or eliminate your tax debt. Call Legal Tax Defense right now for a free no-risk consultation. 800-268-4420. 800-268-4420. You have nothing to lose but everything to gain. 800-268-4420.
Matt Bear here. Those heavy spring rains are right around the corner. Make sure you're ready for them with a free roof inspection from my friends at Cochran Exteriors. Notice a musty smell inside your attic, shingles curling, or have a leaky problem area? It's time to get it done. Call Cochran Exteriors for a free, no obligation consultation with options to meet your budget with a lifetime workmanship warranty. Get scheduled now before the spring brush. Visit CochranExteriors.com.
Hey, this is Spencer Thompson at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. Ready for better sleep? Now is your chance during the March mattress sale. Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, King Coil, Bed Gear, and Nectar mattresses, you can save up to $800 with up to 4 years interest-free financing. And don't forget, Thompson Furniture delivers for free. Hurry! Sale ends Monday only at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, just $189.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's Rob for Universal Windows Direct.
Take advantage of this limited time tax sale before it's gone. Buy 2, get 2 free, no interest until 2030, and an extra $500 off only in March.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors. For 1951 cabinetry, visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or DrexelIN.com.
The Phone Ready Quiz from the American Academy of Pediatrics will help you decide if you and your child are ready for their first phone. Go to healthychildren.org/phone ready quiz.
Broadcasting from the Technology Recycler Studios, this is Indy's Mobile News, 93 WIBC. WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. The news starts now.
It may be the beginning of the end for the U.S. Education Department. Lisa Brady, Fox News. Surrounded by school desks and students at the White House, President Trump just signing an executive order aimed at dismantling the Department of Ed and giving control back to the states.
My administration will take all lawful steps to shut down the department. We're going to shut it down and shut it down as quickly as possible. It's doing us no good. We want to return our students to the states.
He argues in part that despite trillions of dollars spent since the department was created in 1979, test scores show students failing proficiency in both reading and math. He says certain core functions of the department, including student loans, grants, and funding for children with disabilities, will continue through other agencies. Eliminating the department would likely need congressional approval. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer calls the president's order destructive. The president also just signing an executive order to increase production of critical minerals in the U.S.
And as you know, we're also signing agreements in various locations to unlock rare earths and minerals and lots of other things all over the world, but in particular, Ukraine.
Adding that a deal with Ukraine will be signed shortly. That was delayed by the February Oval Office blow-up with Ukraine's president. Nearly 1 year after a container ship lost power, hitting and collapsing a Baltimore bridge, federal safety investigators are calling on the owners of more than 60 bridges in 19 states to perform vulnerability assessments used to measure a ship's risk of collapsing from a ship strike.
The Maryland Transportation Authority never ran the calculation on the Key Bridge.
National Transportation Safety Board Chair Jennifer Homendy wants other bridge owners to determine whether countermeasures are needed and report their findings to the board. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
The strongest so far. Nothing on radar this afternoon. It's a lot cooler than yesterday. The temperature is 37 right now. The low tonight will be in the upper 20s. I'm Chris Davis. Here's what's trending at 5:02.
Tornado started just east of I-65, continued northeast.
Andrew White, meteorologist with the National Weather Service Indianapolis office, describing the path of a tornado in Bartholomew County, confirmed as an EF2 with winds of about 112 miles per hour.
Most of the damage was associated with farmland. There were some metal buildings and general kind of outbuildings that were damaged, and quite a bit of tree damage as well.
The only other confirmed tornado in Indiana last night was an EF1 in Gary. Cass County emergency personnel caught a funnel cloud on camera near Logansport, but the Weather Service Northern Indiana office is still working on confirming whether it was a tornado that caused damage there. You've seen gas prices shoot up here in the past couple of days. Gas Buddies Patrick DeHaan says that's because of price cycling, which is something that happens routinely in the Midwest. But he says there's another reason, too.
Last time prices cycled, it was to $3.09. This time prices cycling to $3.29, essentially a 20-cent a gallon premium because of the changeover to summer gasoline. Moving forward, we probably will see prices cycle back up to $3.29 once they fall closer to $3.
And he says the tariffs are likely to make prices uncertain in late spring. A data center possibly coming to Franklin Township could use resources like electricity in bulk, and that has some residents in the I-74 and Post Road area concerned, as does it City County Council Minority Leader Michael Paul Hart.
There's a lot of unknown pieces of information. That's my biggest takeaway. I think the petitioners have quite a bit of work to do, especially on the financial side of the discussion.
Talking to our news gathering partners at Wish TV, he was at a meeting last night about the center where few people showed favor toward for the idea. In South Bend, 31-year-old Ramon Villalba is charged with setting a couch on fire inside an abandoned house about 4:30 this morning. Then, while firefighters were working on that fire, police say he stole a fire department vehicle and sped off. He later admitted to both crimes after the truck was found. The house was a total loss, and it also caused damage to the houses right beside it. You've got traffic and weather in 1 minute.
This is the most exciting time of the year, and we want you to go all the way, even if your team doesn't. March on, Indiana, in a Hubler quality pre-owned vehicle. Shop any of Hubler's 13 locations and choose from over 2,000 vehicles, including Chevys, Fords, Toyotas, GMCs, Buicks, Nissans, Acuras, Mazdas, Hondas, and many more. All makes, all models, certified vehicles, luxury vehicles, even the hard-to-find ones. Every Hubler Q-certified vehicle is covered by a 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty, plus a 128-point vehicle inspection, and a free Carfax history report. Hubler's got you covered. Busted brackets not included. For over 2,000 vehicles, visit drivehubler.com or any of our 13 locations.
Hubler's got you covered. Cover me!
Warranty on select models less than 9 years old.
Traffic on 93 WIBC. Here's Matt Bear.
Yeah, if you're heading for the interstate from downtown, watch out, lights flashing red, Ohio at College. Also looking at a stall on the northeast side, northbound 69 and 96, covering the right shoulder. Inbound 65 slows, 21st to Meridian. Not awful at the moment for this time of evening. Eastbound 70 slow roll from Harding into the south split. And the northbound 465 drags just an inch from 86th Street up to 865. Traffic sponsored by Grand Appliance. Shop the all-American sale at Grand Appliance for slam dunk savings on select American-made appliances. Don't miss out. Visit grandappliance.com or your local Grand Appliance showroom today. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Now your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Looks like we'll have a few clouds early this evening, but they'll be giving way to clear skies overnight, which means we will see a chance for temperatures to drop quite cold, below freezing by a few degrees higher Friday morning. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Drew Narsutis, 493 WIBC.
I'm Chris Davis, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it!
Did you have any action last night in terms of weather on your side of town?
No, I was sitting on the porch like a hillbilly does. Had a whiskey sour in one hand. Coupon lady was on the swing right across from us, waiting to see the storms roll in.
You were waiting for it. It didn't happen, at least not in this area.
Correct. There were a few wind gusts, like some leaves and things like that blew around a little bit, but we didn't hardly get anything, not even like that much rain.
Well, Hendricks County, I mean, I was sitting there at the kiddos basketball tournament last night, and I saw that you had texted out a tornado warning for Hendricks County for Rob Kendall, our friend, who will be on the show later on in about a half hour. There in Hendricks County, but no damage really there.
Not too much. Sounds like the damage, which could have been a lot worse than what it was. I think we caught a break last night, mainly around the Columbus area, Johnson County. We talked about this earlier. The Franklin Skate Club had part of the roof blown off.
While people were inside.
Some people were posting on our Facebook and Twitter last night because we kind of did a roll call. You know, everybody all right? Is everybody doing okay? People lost power. You saw some wind damage in various spots around Indiana.
Could have sworn I saw like a power line tower that was bent over by the wind in Columbus, southern area of Indy.
But for the most part, man, I think we were spared the brunt of this thing. Terre Haute Airport in Vigo County spotted a tornado. Eastern Bartholomew County into western Decatur. They had damage reported over State Road 9, just southeast of Columbus. But for the most part, I think we were pretty good. I'm hoping people listen to the radio. You know, we had Marcus and Tara on yesterday, letting everybody know the timeline of when things were going to get a little squirrely. And they were pretty spot on with that. Hopefully people took precautions.
And then we woke up to sleet. And, chilly temperatures this morning. It was wonderful.
First day of spring, Nige.
Yeah, right.
First day of spring.
Welcome to Indiana.
Ceremony just wrapped up at the White House where Donald Trump signed an order to dismantle parts of the U.S. Education Department, the D.O.E.
You had a bunch of like little kids sitting at their desks, like school, elementary school age children sitting at desks while he signed the executive order. Kind of reminiscent of like when he signed the executive order to ban men going into playing women's sports.
Right.
Had a bunch of girls there surrounding him at the Oval Office.
I think the big takeaway from this is turn it back to the states because the government hasn't done anything right for like ever. Since 1776, it's been one screw up after the other. Since the Department of Education was created, America went from number 1 in global education ranking to number 44. They've been telling children what to think instead of how to think for themselves. And some of these lunatics that work in the teachers' unions, like Randy Weingarten, also the winner of the Joe Namath lookalike contest, they're losing their minds, but they know the numbers are not on their side here.
Well, she's going to lose her job eventually.
The Department of Education does not run a single school. They do not pay a single teacher salary. And since its creation, scores have tanked. So why would anybody want to keep dumping money into this thing? The few things that they do well, maybe take care of some of the special needs kids, handicapped kids, whatnot. These are things the HHS could do. You don't need a whole other department. HHS, under their umbrella, could do the few things needed from the Department of Education, but the results are not there.
Pretty big salaries over there.
Oh, my God.
DOE.
The Department of Education, the average salary, $144,000 per year.
Good gig.
That number increased in 2025 to $145,000. So it went up $1,000 since last year. There are an estimated 4,144 employees at the Department of Education. So you look at all of that salary, like some folks are making a lot of money there. $602 million in salary is tied up with the Department of Education.
9 figures, huh?
That's a lot of money for some place that's not delivering results.
Wow.
It's the opposite. Like, imagine if Indiana just would have kept Archie Miller and Mike Woodson around year after year and kept giving them more money and more money. No, you guys are not doing the job that's expected here. We're going to cut bait. And again, I'm a states guy. Let the states handle it.
And of course, parents are angry at the teacher, Randy Weingarten, the teachers union. If she's leveraging, like threatening to hold kids back in school because she wanted to extend remote learning. Because the teachers loved, the teachers unions, I should say, liked working from home a lot better. There's a lot of great teachers out there that are embarrassed by their union.
Remember when Randy Weingarten went to Ukraine for some reason?
Yeah. What are you doing?
How is this helping education in the United States? You doing a photo op, a vacation that I'm sure taxpayers have paid for in Ukraine. All right, let's get down to real talk here because there's a debate going on social media.
Give it to me.
That I think warrants our attention. Would you be okay if you wanted to deep clean your toilet seat?
Weren't we just talking about the toilet seat?
If you unscrewed it from the commode and you put it in your dishwasher and washed it on a hot cycle, would you be okay with that?
No.
Why not?
No, because that is the same place you put your utensils and your dinner plates.
You're not washing things with pee in there, though. It's hot water and steam. It cleans it. That's the whole point of the dishwasher. It cleans it.
Yeah.
Sanitizes it.
I mean, I don't think there's any amount of... I talk on the radio for a living, and I try to, convince people one way or the other. I don't care if they change their mind. Like, I don't think I could convince my wife to put our toilet seat in the dishwasher. Sorry.
I think we could.
I don't think so.
I think we totally could because the science is on our side. The hot water that's going to wash it's going to go right back down the drain. It's not like the recycled stains of what's on your seat are going to come back up and cycle back through. That's not how it works. It's all clean.
I mean, can't you just use some all-purpose spray and a wad of paper towels on the seat and not have to?
I mean, you could, but I could also do the dishes by hand too, and that sucks.
It did. We were living for like a month there. Our dishwasher was out. We had to replace it. But
isn't that the worst?
Well, I mean, it's first world problems.
It is.
My grandparents lived like that all their lives. I remember as a little kid, one would wash the dishes, one would dry them and set them on side, and that would
assembly line.
Yeah, of course. But no, I don't think I want to put my toilet seat. I don't want to get on my knees to unscrew the toilet seat and extract it from the actual toilet and then transport it to the dishwasher.
So the work required to clean it's where you draw the line.
The only time I want to be on my knees next to a toilet is when I'm puking.
Allison, we're going to need a female perspective here. Again, Nigel's a no, I'm a yes. Would you be okay if you had a few plates in there, maybe some forks and spoons, and your toilet seat going through a cycle in the dishwasher?
Oh, together. Interesting. I was imagining a separate.
Not together, and certainly not separate either.
I'd be fine with it in there.
I see your point where I don't think it would do any harm, but I'm also with Nigel. That seems like a lot of work.
Yeah. Like the buried lead here is you have to take it off and put it back on.
Yes.
And that sucks.
No thanks.
It's not a sanitary thing for me, though, because it's going to get clean.
So that's some viral hack? They're calling that a hack?
Yes.
I'll tell you, the hack is just using some 409 and a wad of paper towels to spray it down like we need to do in the unisex bathroom behind us.
Oh, my God. That unisex bathroom today. Now, I know we joke about it and we talk about it, but I think we both saw what was in that thing.
I would not put that in the dishwasher.
No, not that. Oh, my God.
Their anus was an AK-47.
Oh, stop.
Like,
I just sprayed it.
I don't know how they got it at those angles. Like, the stains were put on there, and there's no way that a regular anus could do that. Like, somebody had to have had an anus in their lower back. Like, it's so filthy and disgusting in there. I feel like we need to show Allison what it's like.
No, thank you. I've seen what it's like. That's why I just don't go to the bathroom at work.
Can we do a Facebook Live video where we walk you over there and we make you look at the unisex bathroom, Allison?
We can make the viewers see it as well, sure.
I've been told it's cleaned up. Didn't a coworker of ours come in and say it's been cleaned up? So we can't do it this time. But that's a great idea. The next time, damn well, tomorrow it's going to something is going to look similar.
Well, if it's clean now, then somebody's cleaned it because earlier today.
Yeah, somebody cleaned it.
Ooh.
I was in there. I saw it.
It defied physics. I have no idea. Like, it should not go at the angle that it was going at. That's all I'm saying. Matt Baer, we're talking physics, we're talking toilets, you're talking traffic.
You got a Hammer looking in Speedway crash, Crawfordsville Road south of Cunningham Road. Inbound 65, slow from 29th to Meridian Penn. And looking at northbound 69 on the northeast side, a stall at 96 on the right shoulder, downtown. Lights aren't working. Ohio at College Avenue. Be careful heading to the interstate and take turns, please. Traffic sponsored by True Green. True Green, get a golf course quality lawn for less than you think. Sign up at truegreen.com. That's TRUgreen.com. True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Okay, on Twitter, Libs in the Wild. Not gonna lie, I've cleaned our plunger and toilet brushes as well as the toilet brush holder in the dishwasher. Immediately run a cleaning cycle after, and you're good to go, but never together. See, you lost me. I think you can wash it together. I think you can wash it. Hot water, sanitizer, dry, bada bing, bada boom. You can wash your toilet seat with your spoons in the dishwasher. Let us know what you think. Get on the YouTube chat or tweet at us, Facebook, at Hammer and Nigel. Are you okay with this? That is coming up next.
It's that special basketball time of year. You need to work as a team to win. And the same goes for your retirement portfolio. Matt Bear here. Hey, suit up with the fiduciary advisors at Trajan Wealth for your retirement portfolio. They believe in investment strategies that focus on growth and long-term strategy, covering you at both ends of the court. Call and schedule your complimentary consultation at 317-480-4040 or visit TrajanWealth.com. You heard that right. Your first appointment is free. Trajan Wealth will meet with you, get to know you, then assemble a portfolio that totally reflects your hopes and dreams, completely customized to your visions of the future. Call and schedule at 317-480-4040 or visit TrajanWealth.com. Remember, your first consultation is on them. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement.
What a day.
You're working too hard.
We're both working too hard with even less to show for it.
What's this?
It's the bills for Tracy's procedure.
This is outrageous.
I know. And Mom just said her prescriptions went up again.
How can working people afford this?
These medical bills are crushing our finances, and these hospitals and insurance groups are making record profits.
You know, I read Indiana has the 9th highest healthcare costs in the nation, and prescription drug costs are out of control.
That's why I voted for Mike Braun. He has a plan to reform Indiana's broken healthcare system. Braun's plan calls for billing transparency, increased access, and lower costs for all Hoosiers.
I hear you. It's good to know help is on the way. Mike Braun's plan will offer real relief for our family budget.
Sign the petition for Braun's healthcare plan at HoosierHope.org. Join Mike Braun's fight for healthcare reform today. Paid for by HoosierHope.org.
Denny Smith here for Sundown Gardens and Miss M's Home and Garden. Nursery stock is arriving daily at both locations are filling up. Come shop early and save. 20% off all container trees and shrubs in stock now at both Sundown Gardens in Westfield and Miss M's Home and Garden in Bargersville. Their gift shops are full of spring color. Sundown Gardens at 186th Street and Spring Mill Road in Westfield. Miss M's Home and Garden on State Road 135 just south of Whiteland Road in Bargersville. Stop in and see him this week.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students.
A tradition of excellence over 150 years in the making. At Busey Bank, we're committed to building relationships that span generations. Wherever your journey in life leads you, we are with you along the way, creating a legacy for you and your family. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Member FDIC.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
Don't stress about plumbing repairs. Call L.D. Smith for honest advice and a free second opinion on any estimate.
L.D. Smith Plumbing.
A dirty, stinking honest.
Are you okay? Everything's gonna be okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm pretty far from okay.
Are you okay with this? On the Hammer and Nigel show.
Oh, yeah! Oh, this is awesome. Hammer Atari is selling a smartwatch featuring games, featuring the classics, Centipede, Pong, Super Breakout, and Missile Command, just to name a few. Are you okay with this?
Yes. Absolutely. Those are the video games that I grew up with. I was a Atari 2600 kid when I grew up. And Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, Pole Position, and then these classics, Centipede, Super Breakout, Missile Command, and Pong. I think Pong was like the first video game that went mainstream.
Didn't it have its own console? If I'm remembering correctly, or was it part of Atari? I swear.
I remember, it was part of Atari, but it may have been a console first. I can't recall. But I think it was like the OG of games that went mainstream. And then like Pac-Man came out and it blew up and went crazy. But yes, I'm all right with this. These smart watches, like, I don't know how many people have these. I think most people probably just use their phones, but they do a lot of good. My oldest son has a smart watch which monitors his heart rhythm sometimes because he gets a little, AFib once in a while. So it's good to monitor your heart stuff. But it's also good to play Centipede and Pong. So what I've done here to celebrate is I've got some of the sound effects from the game Pong.
Yes.
And sound effects from Long Duck Dong of 16 Candles. This is 30 seconds of Pong and Dong. Here we go.
Oh, no more Yankee, my wanky. The donga need food. What's happening, hot stuff?
Where is my automobile?
Automobile? Leg. Big leg.
30 seconds of Pong and Dong.
I think we just made radio history right there.
If that doesn't win a Marconi, just throw the award away.
Will Smith, actor and rapper, has put himself on the Mount Rushmore of actors. No. This is real. Will Smith says he's on the Mount Rushmore, which includes Marlon Brando, himself, Denzel, and Daniel Day-Lewis. Are you okay with this?
If Will Smith is on the Mount Rushmore of actors, then I should be in the NFL Hall of Fame. No, not even close. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Will Smith's a bad actor. I've liked some Will Smith movies. Independence Day was great. I thought Hitch was kind of funny that he did with Kevin James. That was all right. Bad Boys, they had made a number of those movies. I'm good with some Will Smith movies, but let's not get carried away. There's a difference between being some of his movies are all right and the greatest 4 actors of all time.
Yeah.
So this is my list of what I think the greatest 4 actors of all time are. Now, these are not my favorite, but if I were doing like a Family Feud style survey of 100 people and top 4 answers are on the board, this is what I think they would be. Jack Nicholson, I think, would be number 1. I think Jack's the GOAT. Marlon Brando at number 2, The Godfather. And then Al Pacino and Tom Cruise.
Interesting.
I put Cruise in there above like De Niro, above Clark Gable and some of these others for the longevity of the career. He's been an A-lister from like 1985 to now.
Yeah, I don't know if Robert De Niro's an A-lister anymore.
Right.
Yeah,
Cruz has got that body of work. He's
older,
dude.
though. He's older. I would say Tom Hanks up there. I couldn't do just 4. Like Leo DiCaprio, probably one of my favorite actors along with Tom Cruise. Leo, Tom, Brad Pitt. I would agree with Will Smith that Denzel and Daniel Day-Lewis.
Both of them really good.
I think
really good.
Daniel Day-Lewis retired from acting as like cobbles shoes now.
What?
Yeah.
He's a shoe cobbler?
He's not an actor anymore. He retired and lives some small town in Ireland or something.
So I could go to Ireland, because I'm going there next year, find Daniel Day-Lewis, say, hey, fix my shoes, and he might be able to do it. That's awesome.
If you have shoes that need cobbled.
I might just break some so he'll be the cobbler. I mean, how often do you get a chance to have Daniel Day-Lewis cobble you in Ireland?
Yeah.
Is that the right vernacular? Cobble me?
Can you please cobble me? I think I made a mistake. I think he's English and not Irish. But anyway, the idea is the same: is that he's not acting anymore.
Never mind. I meant Benny Hill. Let's move on.
Okay, Los Angeles Angels manager Ron Washington has implemented a no cell phone policy in the clubhouse for this year in Major League Baseball, Hammer. By in the clubhouse, that means the hallways entering the room. Are you okay? No cell phone policy for Major League Baseball players in terms of the Los Angeles Angels.
Ron Washington putting the policy in place? No, nobody's going to listen to that. But he's made Mike Trout the enforcer of this, the big, strong stud player for the Angels. So if he's the guy that's enforcing the policy where you get caught playing on your phone when you come into work, $500 fine every time we see it, I think people will put their phones away. Even some of these millionaires, they don't want to pay $500 for just looking at, a text or Twitter. Now, there's going to have to be some gray area, right? What if you've got a wife that's expecting, and you just get done playing a game, you're showered, you're in the locker room, you're not allowed to check and see if your honey hasn't dropped a shorty yet? I don't buy that, but good for him. By the way, Ron Washington once had to resign from his job with the Texas Rangers. He got busted with cocaine and he was cheating on his wife. Great moments in Ron Washington history.
We all have our vices.
Great moments in phone history. How about this? Great moments in phone history. Tiger Woods calling his mistress when he got busted by his wife.
Hey, it's Tiger.
Hey.
I need you to do me a huge favor. Can you please take your name off your phone? My wife went through my phone and maybe calling you. So if you can, please take your name off that. And what do you call it? Just have it as a number on the voicemail. Just have it as your telephone number. That's it. Okay, you got to do this for me. Huge. Quickly. All right, bye.
And dealer's choice on this last one, Nigel. We got time for one more.
All right.
Do you want to hear a pissed off listener leaving me a voicemail, or the recording that we got of Donald Trump and Joe Biden right after Trump won re-election?
I think pissed off listener on
Let's
your
do
voicemail.
Quit spewing bullshit, untruth, throw it in the wall and let it see if it sticks. Unsubstantiated, random crap. There's a reason that you work in Indianapolis, a low market, piddly little town, man, because you don't have any brains or talent. Your partner's from Lisbon? Wow.
It's me.
He's got a good world view. God, sometimes I think you f***ing losers have never left this state. Oh, my God. Nigel and Hammer Show. Is this anything? You guys are f***ing losers, man. Go f*** yourself.
Great moments in phone history here on the Hammer and Nigel Show. Rob Kendall coming up next. Right now, a look at the news.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Up and down and then doing it again. Upper 30s now, nothing on radar. Upper 20s by the time you get up Friday. I'm Chris Davis. Here's what's trending.
If you're looking at your tank, if it's low, I wouldn't be in any hurry. Prices now will start to trend lower here in the next week or so.
Gas Buddies Patrick DeHaan talking about the sharp increase in gas prices here in Indiana in the past couple of days.
And then probably sometime next week or even the week after, prices will probably cycle back up to, say, $3.29 a gallon or so.
He attributes the sharp increase to price cycling, which is something that routinely happens here, but also to the switch to summer blend gas, which is more expensive. An EF2 tornado confirmed in Bartholomew County from last night, says National Weather Service meteorologist Andrew White. He says the path started near I-65.
And then that tornado continued northeast to close to the Hartsville area. Was on the ground for about 13 minutes.
Some farm buildings took the brunt of the damage. Transmission towers also bent from the 112-mile-per-hour winds, but no one reported hurt. You've heard about the dismantling of the Department of Education, potentially. President Donald Trump took executive action today to abolish that department. Ahead of the controversial executive order, the president highlighted the attendance of his pick for Secretary of the Department.
The woman who I chose because she's an extraordinary person
and hopefully she will be our last Secretary of Education, Linda McMahon. Linda.
Democrats in D.C. have been outspoken about their opposition to the Trump administration's plan to do away with the department, an agency that the president says was full of radicals, zealots, and Marxists while he was campaigning. Next week, the National Medal of Honor Museum is opening in Dallas. As part of the opening, the museum will honor recipients who have worn the nation's highest military decoration. Fox's Griff Jenkins reports.
The Medal of Honor is the nation's highest commendation for valor and bravery. It signifies courage and sacrifice, commitment and integrity, in citizenship and patriotism. It's often said of these heroes that on their very worst day, they were able to summon their very best. We're moments from this program beginning, but to go to that museum and hear of these, the Medal of Honor has only been awarded over 3,500 times in our nation's history, and only 61 of them are still living to this day.
The museum will be the first to recognize and tell the stories of the people who have earned the honor. It is opening March 25th. Traffic on 93 WIBC. Here's Matt Bear.
All right, Chris, crashing Speedway, Crawfordsville Road, south of Cunningham Road. Inbound 65, just a 3-minute delay happening from 21st to Meridian Penn. North side, eastbound 465 slows, Keystone Avenue over 269. Northbound 65 out of downtown, slow from the north split up to 21st. And lights out, flashing red, Ohio Street at College Avenue. Please take turns. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Now your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Looks like we'll have a few clouds early this evening, but they'll be giving way to clear skies overnight, which means we will see a chance for temperatures to drop quite cold, below freezing by a few degrees of higher Friday morning. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Drew Narsutis, 493 WIBC.
I'm Chris Davis, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, "I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore!"
And now, Hammer and Nigel go off the rails with Rob Kendall.
Noise pollution.
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer is here, also joining us live in studio to go off the rails. It's Rob Kendall from the Kendall and Casey Show. How are you?
Well, great. Thanks as always to our segment sponsor, Garage Doors of Indianapolis.
Hammer and Rob earlier today completely blowing away any knowledge and understanding of John Mellencamp lyrics I thought that I knew and I had. We'll get to that here shortly. I'm still blown away by it. But the dust has settled after the property tax rally that you and Casey put on Monday outside Micah Beckwith's office there, the second floor of the State House. Tell me the reaction. We talked to you right after it happened, so it was very fresh. But now, days after, what's been the reaction and what's going to happen moving forward?
Well, look, the people were phenomenal, right? We talked about that they showed up. They showed up in mass, and whether the number was 800 or 900 or the state police estimated, according to Abdul, just under 1,000. It was a great day. And the audience that we were most interested in how they felt about it was the governor, and clearly the governor was blown away by it as well. He kind of said it during his speech. You guys know him a little bit better than I do. I've never seen him like that before. I mean, he was fired up, and he was in rare form, and so by that standard, mission accomplished.
And the turnout was great because we were wondering what it was going to be like. I, as a former promotions director, right, who used to put on events for a living, I had no idea what to expect. I texted you that the night before. I'm like, man, I think this could be 300. It could be 800. It could be 25 people. I legitimately had no idea. Were you, Rob, surprised at the awesome turnout?
Well, I knew the passion that people have, but the problem is when, like, the Red for Ed stuff, these are government employees who can take a paid day off of work and come down and do it. A lot of our people, they got to work for a living, right? They can't just at a moment's notice take the day off and come down. So,
and let's be honest, the protest game is a leftist game, right? You don't normally, Every once in a while you do, but for the most part, I'm willing to bet 80 to 90% of the protests at the Indiana State House are done by leftists.
Yeah, well, the last time the people on the right protested, they got called names by their governor, a petri dish.
Human petri dish.
Yeah.
Yes. No, I mean, so I was kind of with Hammer. I thought the people would show up. This is a huge issue. It's the issue, and I thought there's enough people, and what the legislature has allowed to happen with property taxes was so egregious. But man, our audience, they do it every time. Every single time they show up, and whether it's your bowling event or this rally or whatever, the night with WIBC stuff, they show up and they wholly engaged on Monday.
And so 1,000 people showed up, and I heard you talking about Lieutenant Governor Micah Beckwith. He said that, like, for one person, you kind of extrapolate that out to what that means for every one person that shows up, what that really means in terms of the concern and the passion for property tax reform. Right?
Well, yeah,
so 1,000 people shows up. That means a whole hell of a lot more people are concerned about it.
They kind of say that one person showing up to something represents 1,000 people. Now, whether that's totally accurate, I don't know. Those are his words, not mine. So, I mean, you say that's 1 million people, right? Isn't 1,000 times 1,000? Isn't that 1 million? I mean, and then I would say that's right. In a state of 7 million people, that there's 1 million people that are really honked off about what's going on with property taxes.
And Rob, something you said at that rally I thought was really interesting. Yes, we wanted to show the current governor and lieutenant governor, keep fighting. These people support you. They're willing to take on the trolls online and the angry red-shirted teachers and all the referendum people. They're willing to deal with all that. But you got to keep fighting.
Yeah, and that's what, again, obviously we were trying to make a point to the legislators, which we did, but those guys are a-holes, and I didn't expect them to be moved, and they're not going to be moved. I mean, they looked like the Grinch up there on their fourth floor perch.
Republicans.
Yeah, just staring down at us. Isn't it crazy?
Well, you're not talking about the people that spoke.
No, right? I'm talking about these lawmakers were above us.
They came out to, like, watch,
yes.
But they didn't come down and talk to people?
It was like that scene in the beginning of The Grinch where he's there with Max looking down on the Who's. It was utterly ridiculous. And think about that. There's 147 people when you take away the 3 who spoke. And I'm not aware of one of them even came down and said, hey, I'd like to understand you a little bit better. Tell me more about your situation. They weren't willing to give us 10 seconds, and they gave 9 hours or 10 hours to these ridiculous superintendents and mayors. They hate these people, and it was on full display.
And if you weren't there, you might not know the behind the scenes. I don't even think I've told Nigel this. So it was Rod Bray's birthday that day, right? The Senate Pro Temp, Rod Bray. And there was some sort of mariachi band there to celebrate his birthday. They were going above and beyond to celebrate Rod Bray's birthday, but they couldn't take 10 seconds to go speak to 1,000 people who, let's be honest, probably vote R every single election. That's what these people think about you. And when I simply want to remind the audience who these leaders are, because I mentioned, hey, if you don't like these people, because I was the MC of this thing, primary them, vote them out. Now, I know some of these cats aren't up for election for a while, but I thought it was important for this crowd to know who their leaders are, because not everybody lives in this bubble. Then I've got your buddy like Abdul taking very passive-aggressive shots against me on social media. He's carrying the water for Rod Bray and all of these other people who didn't give a damn about him when he ran for mayor.
Yeah, look, this was about telling Braun, because Braun is going to drive this. Braun is going to decide whether this thing lives or dies and how much we actually get. And Braun still has, now, look, he can't stop the General Assembly, but he can make their lives very, very difficult through the vetoing of the bill, the special sessions, those sort of things. And this was telling him, we are behind you. He already knew all this.
You're right, but you're 100% right, and I don't want to cut you off, but like I was just simply stating that the rest of these people in leadership positions hate your guts.
Absolutely. And like, again, the idea that this many people showed up who are hardworking, regular people who weren't able to, they're not government workers who can just take a day off work and say, the taxpayers will pay for my day off at work. It was an incredible showing. But you're right, Hammer. The fact that not one of them, other than the 3, Haggard, Ireland, and Prescott, was down there saying, let me learn about you. Let me learn about how much your taxes have gone up. Where do you live? How is your school system doing?
Even if they were just lying to you. Sure. To take the time to come out would have gone a long way.
And we talked with Jim Merritt about this yesterday. He was there for 30 years in the Senate. And Jim Merritt is an establishment Republican. Most people would call him a more liberal Republican. Even he said that was egregious. It was ridiculous that none of those people went down there to say, tell me more. I'd like to learn more about you.
And there's a bigger picture here, and you said something very interesting to me that I hadn't thought about this week during the Kendall and Casey show. You said you were talking about the Democrat Party. I think maybe Destiny Wells specifically, your euchre partner.
Yes.
But you said something about because she took another L.
Yes.
Right? But you were saying something about how it's important for the Democrats in this state to have a robust, active party. In terms of when it's Democrats versus Republicans. Why is that?
Because the Republicans don't fear anything. And my dear friend, the boss hog of liberty, Jeremiah Morrill, who is Mr. Newcastle, and I were having this conversation yesterday about these districts are so gerrymandered now that the Republicans know if I can get through a primary, then I'm home free. I don't have to fear anybody. And when you couple the gerrymandering with the Democrats being completely crazy and totally inept, they'll rig the primary between the money and everything else in favor of the establishment candidate, and they don't have to listen to these people. They say, "Well, screw you." I'm much more fearful of the local township trustee beating me in a primary, getting mad that I didn't get his extra annual $1 million than I am some hardworking guy. And so we've got to change that system.
You know who had a bad day at the property tax rally? People who always say WIBC just carries the water for the Republican Party. It was a bad day for those people because every person there was pissed off at the Republican leadership. And I'm putting the air quotes up, Republican leadership. All they're asking for is these folks that promised to run on conservative values, limited government, small spending, to act like it. That's it. And I think, Rob, that's why there wasn't more protest at this thing. There was a couple angry red-shirted teachers that made asses of themselves. Some people tried to play music, but I think for the most part, they got there and realized, wait a minute, these people are pissed off at the Republicans too.
Well, and it's gross that they're fighting Braun because Braun's plan. Did you notice Braun? That's the second time now he's called me a very reasonable man to overwhelming applause.
Previously, it was that damn lunatic.
His plan is very reasonable. All it says is we're going to fix the referendum thing, which is totally broken on how we do referendums. That's common sense. We're going to cap growth because it's gotten totally out of control. The property tax bills are out again. I don't know if you guys have seen yours. They went up again. And the third part of it is you've been screwed the past 4 years. For a select group of the populace, I'm going to fix that. And these Republicans aren't willing to give him that. It's pathetic.
Come back for one more segment because we got some important business to get to. Mellencamp lyrics. We started a little thing earlier today. It's developed into a hornet's nest.
I don't know what to think.
Come back for one more segment.
Yes.
We're going off the rails with Rob Kendall. This is the Hammer and Nigel Show.
For the deal that can't be beat, you got to get over to Andy Moore Ford. Start the spring strong with a new Andy Moore Ford. You can elevate that journey of yours with a new 2024 Ford Expedition Platinum. You could save over $15,000 off MSRP. The high-output 3.5-liter EcoBoost, up to 400 horsepower, commanding performance. I'm driving one. It's fantastic. And if you need something just a little smaller but could still do all the hauling, the new 2024 Ford Edge SE. Save over $6,500 off MSRP and get more to your door. Simply purchase your vehicle online and they'll deliver directly to you. Andy Moore Ford has got the entire selection. And if you're looking to sell or trade your current vehicle, Andy Moore Ford will pay top dollar for your used vehicle, even if you don't buy theirs. Andy Moore Ford in Plainfield, 2713 East Main Street in Plainfield, or online at Andy Moore Ford. That's MOHR.
I love Andy.
AndyMooreFord.com.
You're going to love the smooth taste of Barkeep vodka. It is distilled with Indiana corn. Wine Enthusiast, this publication, just rated Barkeep vodka 94 points, one of their highest rated vodkas ever.
You're not going to find a better vodka at a lower price. This is top shelf stuff sold at a very affordable price. And it's made and distilled with corn from Indiana farmers. When you see Barkeep vodka on the shelf, that's the one you want. BarkeepVodka.com.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply. The team's looking good this season. I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Being young with unlimited energy to burn. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have. Think you could be lower testosterone? What do you mean? All guys lose their edge when they turn 40. The body has less testosterone. That's why I take Nugenix Total T. I've heard about Nugenix. That really works? Since I started taking Nugenix, I'm lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. I feel more energized at work. It's even spiced up things between me and the missus. Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try? Yep, send a text. It's that easy.
Text ENERGY to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text ENRGY to 42424. That's ENERGY to 42424. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Garage Doors of Indianapolis has been a local, family-owned and operated business for nearly 50 years and helps keep Central Indiana's economy strong by employing over 70 families. Garage Doors of Indianapolis stands by their products and services while they share and embrace our conservative values. So when you have garage door problems, call them today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis, 875-4577, 875-4577, or visit doorstoday.com.
One of the real advantages that we have here at Hendricks is the scope of the services that we have to offer in orthopedics.
Whether they have a hip fracture or they're a high-functioning athlete, we're all working towards the same thing.
To have them be able to have an elective surgery safely and then go home also in a safe fashion is of utmost importance.
We very much want everyone to get back to doing everything that they're doing beforehand. We're really invested in it.
Unstoppable orthopedic care. Learn more at hendricks.org/ortho.
Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors. For 1951 cabinetry, visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or drexelin.com.
Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield and Common Threads has teamed up with the Indiana Fever to provide local schools with information for nutritious meal preparation. Learn more at anthem.com/fever. Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield is the trade name of Anthem Insurance Companies, Inc.
Join WIBC this Saturday 9 to 1 for the Home and Garden Show live from Sullivan Hardware and Garden at 71st and Keystone. Kick off spring at their open house. Play Pansy Roulette where you can win 10 to 100% off select items.
Matt Bear has a look at the roads.
All right, Hammer crash. Keystone Avenue at 55th Place. Also a crash on the southwest side. It's Man Road north of 465 at Gamble. Inbound 65 slow 21st to Meridian Penn. And north side, eastbound 465 slow roll Keystone Avenue to the White River. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
39 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center at 93 WIBC. Back with Rob Kendall from the #1 rated Kendall and Casey show, 9 to noon here at 93 WIBC. So you and I had a little spirited back and forth earlier today, Rob, about some of the lyrics in the Mellencamp song, Cherry Bomb, one of the classic Mellencamp songs. And I simply mentioned that for the longest time, I thought the lyrics were, that's when a smoke was a smoke.
Okay, let me play. You want me to play it?
Yeah, go ahead. Okay, stop right there. I thought it was smoke was the smoke.
Me too.
Then a buddy of mine years ago told me, no, it's that's when a sport was a sport. Play it again if you can. Smoke or sport?
Or saying sport like a southern hilljack.
Right, like Johnny Cougar would.
Yeah.
And different things online say different things.
That's right. It was all over the map. And like Apple Music, I think, had it as smoke. The YouTube video, the closed caption for Mellencamp's official channel has it as smoke. Then people are saying, well, the liner lyrics on the album say sport.
Right.
And then some people started listening to it again, and I fell into this camp and thought, well, maybe he's saying spoke. You know, he's kind of old-timey, which is what the song is about. And this turned into, it literally, Hammer, a whole hour of our show of people weighing in, debating. I mean, you mentioned this, like on the Collar Roulette, you could be like, let's talk about Ukraine and Russia. Let's talk about the astronauts. Let's talk about property taxes or cartoons. And then people want to get into the cartoon debate. And that was
Special thanks to
Ron Stearns of Indianapolis. You guys are the best.
He's off the rails. That's Rob Kendall. This is the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Greetings from our agency, your Indiana Health Insurance Pros, and a sincere thank you to our loyal customers for making us national sales leaders once again for 2024. Crazy sign-up periods are at last over. If you were told the ACA and you know it's still Obamacare was your only option, it's just not true. If you were told since you've signed up already, you must keep your ACA program for a year, that's not true either. If you do not have serious health problems, and God forbid make a living wage, the ACA is your worst option, and it can be canceled at any time. We feature coverages guaranteed age 65, low out-of-pocket expenses, the largest networks in the country, and you can sign up anytime. Self-employed, early retiree, or ACA victim, call us at 317-563-0868 or go to rragency.org. That's 317-563-0868 or rragency.org. As always, God bless America. Peace through strength and common sense government.
Hey, it's Rob for Universal Windows Direct. Tax season is here, and what better way to reinvest in your home than with brand new energy-efficient windows? During Universal Windows Direct's Tax Time Sale, you can save big while making your home more comfortable and energy efficient. Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free, and there's no limit. And here's something that will make your wallet even happier. Pay no interest until 2030. That's right, no interest for the next 6 years, making it easier than ever to afford the quality windows your home needs. But wait, there's more. This month only, Universal Windows Direct is giving you an extra $500 off your home improvement project. Whether you need a few windows or a full home upgrade, this bonus savings makes now the perfect time to act. Now, some restrictions may apply, so call today for your free in-home estimate. 317-659-7574. 317-659-7574. UniversalWindowsDirect.com. Tell them Rob sent you.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, just $189.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Brooks and Dunn, the best-selling duo of all time, live.
Something country.
Neon Moon Tour 2025.
Urban neon.
With David Lee Murphy.
A little dust on the bottom of that red dirt road.
April 3rd, Gainbridge Fieldhouse. On sale now at Ticketmaster. Brooks and Dunn live.
From a fast break to recovery, Indiana hospitals are here for every Hoosier, regardless of their ability to pay. That's why we're teaming up with legislators on a winning playbook to lower costs and protect access to care across our communities. Because good policy doesn't leave anyone on the sidelines. Learn more at HoosierLifeline.com.
Paid for by the Indiana Hospital Association.
Are you thinking this year I want to look and feel better and get my hair back? We Grow Hair Indy can help you do just that. I'm Rob, and I got my hair back at We Grow Hair Indy. Here's Darren Andrews, clinic director, to tell you why I chose them.
For nearly 20 years, we've helped thousands of clients grow their hair back, and we can help you. We're one of only 2 places in the entire country to offer the ARTIS Robotic FUE and multi-unit hair grafting.
I got multi-unit hair grafting. I love the results and cannot believe how much hair I got back. I can't recommend them enough. Call right now, 317-522-2995 for a free evaluation. Great technology, great company, great people, great results. Go to WeGrowHairIndy.com, see my results, and call 317-522-2995. 317-522-2995. Don't you want to say, I got my hair back?
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio. I'm Marek Mazurek. South Carolina-based Nexus W2V has broken ground on its $140 million Kingsbury Bioenergy Complex in LaPorte. The facility, when complete, will have the capacity to process and convert 200 tons of organic waste, like food scraps and processing byproducts, into renewable natural gas, the company said Thursday. Nexus says the project will generate up to 60 jobs during peak construction, followed by about 35 long-term jobs once operations begin at the facility, which will be located at the Kingsbury Industrial Park. Co-founder and CEO Roshan Vani told Inside Indiana Business that the site in LaPorte was ideal for this type of project.
I think a facility like ours fits perfectly into that vision of the industrial complex. It has a major rail line coming in. We hope to be able to utilize that. It's sited away from any major metropolitan area, but we also have great road infrastructure, power, water, everything is there.
The facility will use a process called anaerobic digestion, which takes organic waste and turns it into biogas that can then be processed into renewable natural gas for use by utility companies. From the #1 source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Today, you either innovate or evaporate. We are accelerating the pursuit of progress, from the foods we eat to the heights we soar, because this is Indiana, the innovation capital of the world. We rally visionaries across industries, invest in connections as much as capital, and fuel our founders from dorm room to boardroom. Fuel your innovation with Elevate Ventures. Visit elevateventures.com.
Elkhart-based RV manufacturer Thor Industries on Wednesday announced what it is calling a strategic organization restructuring of its Heartland recreational vehicles brand. The company said Heartland RV will be integrated into Thor's Jayco Inc. subsidiary with the goal of, quote, enhancing operational efficiencies. Heartland RV is also based in Elkhart and makes a variety of recreational vehicles, including travel trailers, fifth wheels, and toy haulers. The company employs about 850 people, and a Thor spokesperson told Inside Indiana Business there are no immediate plans for layoffs as a result of the transition. I'm Marek Mazurek for 93 WIBC.
Save the lives of up to 3 people. Give blood through the American Red Cross to help hospital patients. Visit redcrossblood.org today.
Broadcasting from the Technology Recycler Studios, this is Indy's Mobile News, 93 WIBC.